I see red numbers. Okay. So, hello. This is another one of my 2017 summer one-shot events. This is the Day at the Fair scenario, which is a comedy high school hijinks scenario with randomly assigned pre-generated characters. Now, the way we're going to do random assignment is they're going to roll. Since we have four players, I'm going to say at least that it's possible to get one adult. The other three will be kids. So we will roll. Let's see. Let's roll 1d8. Could everybody please roll 1d8?
Yep. Uh-oh. Two. Uh-oh.
Well, Ren, sorry, you came after Waffle, so reroll. Sorry.
Eh.
You're kidding me.
Clearly, the fates have said Ren is a 6.
If we're going to try it one more time, if it rolls a 6 again, maybe I'll just keep it two of that category.
If it rolls a 6 again, Ren must be the devil.
Okay.
So close. So close.
Okay, so for spoiled chestnut,
Uh-huh.
artsy types. For scribs, a reporter.
Joy! This is gonna be great.
I need to go back to the Discord and the art. There's one so hard.
For
It wasn't the
waffles,
character.
it is a outcast.
Woo! My life.
And Rin, you get a nerd.
This is accurate.
Aw.
So let me make available all the potential characters to visible to each the proper individuals. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I use the unused characters as NPCs.
Oh, no, it's fine.
So that's why I don't show them to everybody right at the start.
No.
I think I've got all three of yours edited. If I didn't show them to you, you can Krista. You can find them in the handout thing. I'm going to go on to the next category.
Oh, no, I got it. Are they all stacked another again?
Oh. I think I'm gonna have to close Roll20 and come back in.
That's fine. That's fine.
It glitches out the handouts for me sometimes.
No problem. I've seen that before.
Can I ask, because I know that this character is into jazz, can I
changing
make it rock instead?
You can take it rock, that's just fine. Changing.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, because I have a character who really likes Billy Joel.
Yeah. If you have your own character that fits within the same sort of thing,
yes,
that's fine. I'm really fine. Changing gender, name, and all that.
There we go.
No, like keep the gender. Can I change the name from Uriel Washington to Gadby Tanner? I'll type it out.
That's fine.
Can I? Am I allowed to? Or have you assigned that one to me?
Haven't. Oh, I need to set it to you can edit it, don't I?
Yes.
Give me a moment to do that. It's
Uriel. I have nothing.
It's Uriel?
Yeah.
Okay, you should be able to edit it now, and I will make it visible to everybody since that's the one you're choosing. And so far, the only people that have everything visible are Rin and that have visible to them are Rin and Chestnut. I'm getting into Waffles now. Let's see.
I'm going to change my avatar then. Right quick.
No problem. And I'll make things editable by Ren as well. Which means it'll take me a little extra time. And I'm sorry, Scribs, I'm getting to you last because the reporters are at the bottom of the list.
No, that's totally fine. I was just wondering, it's like, I'm not seeing any handouts. Why am I not seeing handouts? Oh, that's why.
I am a horrible person.
I guess mine was already chosen?
No, I went back to go make things editable. So I stopped when I did the first one for you. Sorry about that. Okay. There are... Okay, so you should see 2 now, Waffles. I'm going on to the last one. And now I'm finally at Scribs.
Yay.
Scribs gets extra benefit because she gets to see all 3 of the potential antagonists. Which is appropriate, because if she's playing a reporter, she might know more about them. So everybody should have all their potentials visible. It looks like, I think, Krista, you've already chosen. You're just getting in the process of renaming him. Actually, are you renaming him already? Because if
not yet, no.
Let me make a duplicate, and you can change that. That way.
Okay, yeah, do that.
That way, I still have the original. I don't have to clean it up later.
Yeah. That.
There should be somewhere. Yeah, down at the bottom it should say copy of Uriel Washington. And I will make the other ones invisible now. So, do you have any questions about the characters you are seeing?
Not yet. I have a question.
Go ahead.
This is a Japanese school, right?
It's not particularly stated where. I've often done it as American because of the names and such. To be perfectly frank, in setting, the best place for this would be Okinawa, which in setting is an American state because altered history.
Huh. And I can smell my food is cooked. 1 sec.
No problem. So, Ren, Scribs, Waffles, do you have any particular questions about your characters? Anyone that stands out to you that you want to play?
Well, I mean, one of these was me in high school, which is a little disturbing. So I'm not really thinking of that one.
Which one did I do that's accidentally you?
Elizabeth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my gosh, he has Hammer's face.
Who has Hammer's face?
Tarvin has Hammer's face.
Oh yes, I've got just the thing. Yes, he does.
I freaking love him.
If I could do
hilarious.
Dima as a guy, this is pretty much half of my life.
You can change Dima to a guy. Just I'll make a copy of her. You can edit it.
Yeah.
What is the Akira disadvantage aspect nominal Akira empath?
Oh,
Like Akira the movie?
Akira is a slang term for a psych. There are two potential meanings for it. The one that fits him is a psychic that isn't aware he's a psychic.
Oh, got it.
Because
So he's like a siren dude that makes you feel things with his music.
yeah, this is
Okay, cool.
this is why his live performances are so much better than his recordings. Okay, there should be a duplicate of Dima Zaman now. And I'll edit it. I'll edit it towards visible to everybody so you can start changing the names and such. And I'll start making the other ones invisible. I'm guessing you want Torben Scribs?
I'm still deciding if I want Torben or Miki.
To tell you the truth, the only one of the three that I really don't like is Adrian.
Yeah, he seems really not good to me.
I wanted to cover the bases of the different kinds because that's the potential antagonist pool.
Okay. Think I.
You know what? I think I will play Torben.
Okay.
I'm stuck between Elizabeth and Crystal. I mean, if I play Crystal, you're really gonna have to talk me through this.
Okay. She really has only 2 rituals, so that'll be and other stuff you can make up a little bit as you go along to some degree, but nothing really strong can be made up as you go along because she doesn't have that ability. But I will talk you through it. Yeah. Um, let's see. I'm currently making invisible the stuff that Waffles didn't choose.
That's okay. I barely read the other ones. And as soon as I saw that there was a musician, I'm like, yep, that's mine. I don't have any singers. I don't have any singers. I don't have any of the other ones. I'm just like, bam, that one. Well, the avatar that I had before was the one I was going to be playing for the Queen Bee.
The Queen Bee is somebody else who I haven't seen played very often. I've seen her played once, and that person had to leave halfway through, so she didn't get played much.
But I don't know. The character. Let's put it this way: the character that I wanted to play is also the main big bad in the D&D game that I'm playing that I told you about earlier, Luke.
Oh.
She is lawful evil. And yeah, she's a lot of fun to play. But definitely like the keeping these people alive is definitely going to suit my needs. If I made a deal with somebody, then I am honor bound to keep it, unless there's a loophole in which I stab them.
So, Ren, I'm assuming you're leaving out Alexi.
Yeah.
I will make him invisible then.
I like him, but I don't know that much about anime. I can't make it up that well.
Got it.
Okay. Just kawaii desu is about all you need to know.
I tend to forget.
At most, I can really talk about anime from 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, same.
I'm not much different. The anime I like to talk about is like Rama 1/2 and Tenchi Muyo.
I haven't seen all of Ranma 1/2, but I do love Rumiko Takahashi, and I did see all of Inuyasha, and I watched all of Tenchi Muyo, and I saw Outlaw Star. And, oh my God! Hold on, pause.
Okay.
Hello.
We need to pause. Keep on. So,
I might do Elizabeth.
You want to?
I might do Elizabeth.
You're going to do Elizabeth. So I will make her visible to everybody. And I will make Crystal go invisible.
I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. Though we do have Dima, not Dima, but somebody like Dima in the party. So this will be interesting. Also, nobody in the group is an act. Well, nope. There is one person who's a active psychic, but doesn't know it. So there's nobody who's part of either any of the communities. Okay. And here's where I wish I had turned all these maps into a black background. I like black backgrounds better. Okay, so the setup is coming up is the annual fundraising fair. At the, towards the end of the fair day or a couple of days, I run it as a single day. The committee, the student council, somebody votes on who had the best fair in the entire thing. And so there is a little bit of competition because there is a little bit of extra funding that goes towards the group that has the best fare. Most either for some reason or another. Sometimes it's just a side effect thing of they actually earned the most money, therefore they get a little bit more money. So what we're going to do in the first scene, and I am assuming all four of you know each other, and Torben is well enough known with the staff that he's allowed to be in here for some reason. Community volunteer, we'll say.
Sure, why not?
You guys are all reasonably familiar with each other and tend to hang out fairly often.
Okay.
And I always tend to assume that the players are generally going to play to the better angels of their nature. I tend to play the rest of the NPC as giving in more towards the more being more neutral. A lot of times being lazier, not as much initiative, or too stubborn, or whatever it is their particular bad side is. But the only one who's is actually going to be really, really all that terrible is of the two unused reporters I determined at random who is an actual horrible person.
Oh no, it's Mickey. It's Miki, isn't it?
I am not sane, but I'm not exactly happy either.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
I know who they are.
What was that? Yeah, you can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I said I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Okay.
So we're all in the same class together?
You're either all in the same class or all in the same club. One of the two.
Well, we're all different.
Yes.
Like folks, though, right?
Yeah, you're all different kind of folks. You got a musician, a gamer. The gamer person is a bit of a computer programmer and a bit of a game designer, but he's a little bit odd.
You should really check out these crystals, man.
I'll put it to you this way. The last time I saw that character played as the actual person, they were giving completely horrible advice and acting like they knew exactly what to say, and they were the only one that was acting with confidence. So the supernatural person that was having puberty issues with their psychic powers was getting completely terrible advice from them.
You really need to focus on your chakras.
Yeah.
Since my friend is a gamer, and I can't imagine Gabby plays video games too much, but he knows how popular certain games songs get to be. What year is this set in? Is this current, or is this like a couple years ago?
This is a little bit odd because it's alternate universe. It is 2012, but the state of technology is significantly higher than it is in real world.
Okay, he's playing on his guitar, Still Alive. This was a challenge. I'm making a note here. like that.
Okay, yes, Portal is officially a thing in my alternate world setting. Okay.
You
They have
said
come out with
gamer.
Half-Life 3.
Huh?
Is there a Half-Life 3?
Half-Life 3.
I don't know if there's a Half-Life 3. I haven't.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
There,
That is the sole thing that makes it the alternate universe.
there is.
Half-Life 3 doesn't exist.
Yeah, there is. I will actually, just because of author appeal, I have been thinking about writing in somewhere that the actress who played Clara, when she went in to save him from the time stream, that ended up into the regeneration, and so the 12th Doctor was the actress who was Clara after Clara died.
I don't understand what any of that meant.
Doctor
I
Who.
understand. I understand. That's amazing.
I understand. Also, I noticed something.
Yes.
When they announced the new Doctor,
Yeah.
all the fan art for Amy's Doctor,
Yeah.
exact same person.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yes, it was quite surprising.
I'm like, okay. They apparently those guys have predictive powers. It's great.
Okay, so anyway, it's there are most of the power plants will be nuclear. They have solar and wind is starting to get more reliable and starting to be phased in. They've got a couple experimental fusion reactors in places. Cars are for the most part electrical. There are mecha. They're about 11 to 15 feet tall. Most of the ones you see will be for construction and maybe occasionally a police one, but that's not very common.
Got it.
There are mecha sports, but they're not usually brawls. They're usually like races or things like that.
Is it like the one
Mecha
movie
soccer.
where the guy is like controlling a robot who was a former fighter, like that kind of thing, where they're non-sentient, they're just mimicking your moves?
They're vehicles. They're vehicles.
Oh, you said sports. I was thinking the God, I can't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah,
Real
Real
Steel.
Steel. Yeah, that
Real Steel. You.
actually Real Steel robots could be a thing. Real Steel robots could be a thing. They can't put people in suits that size yet. They can put people in like the 11 to 15-foot tall ones, and there are military of those, but they're not the main thing on the battlefield. The main artillery on the battlefield is still a main battle tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
today we're not focused on military stuff. We're focused on high school. So the thing here is you have to decide what kind of booth you are wanting to run. What is the thing you are going to be using to get the money in?
I suggest we do karaoke. Everybody loves karaoke.
Yeah, we could charge people for headphones.
You could
Why?
charge people for earplugs.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck you guys.
Oh, not you, but karaoke's going to be for other people too.
Yeah,
And not
that is a
everybody's
good
good.
point. That is a good point. Yeah. Okay. Rescinding the fuck you. Love you guys. I figure we're friends, right?
We are friends. Yes, you are friends. And
Okay, you said we were friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are friends.
Okay. This is me being a goofball.
I mean, food stalls are tried and tested at the Benny Fair.
Out of character question.
Hold on.
Did somebody get the otaku person? Or no, you said you didn't want the otaku person because you didn't know enough about that stuff.
The third nerd was a robotics geek who is into anime a lot.
Hey, what about that thing like popular that people like play chess against the robot. Can you build one of those things?
Elizabeth, you could probably can look at Gad. You should probably look at Gadby right now and comment, "I am not Alexi. Get your nerds straight."
Well, no, me as a person, I don't know who I'm talking to. That's why I asked the person who does robotics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do robotics.
Okay.
No, she
That is
chose.
a different nerd.
She did not choose the robotics geek. She chose the straight A student.
That's as I'm trying to figure out who is okay. So I'm the musician. Who is Waffles?
Okay, let me go ahead and type some stuff out here.
Thank you, please.
Okay, so Torben Belanos. Conspiracy theorist blogger.
And that is Waffles.
That
No,
would be.
that is Scripts.
That is Scripts.
Scripts.
Waffle, you. I'm doing it in the order that I have them on my screen. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's hear. I have the character sheets on my screen so I can have them for quick looking at them. Let's see.
Okay.
Gadby Tanner, that's you.
Gadby Tanner.
Empathic musician.
Yep.
Chet Darkbeard Zaman. Gothy gamer dude.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, is Chet?
They don't line up.
Is Chet still Islamic, or did you change that? Waffles. Is your version of the goth gamer Islamic like the original?
I think we lost Waffles.
Waffles, no.
Nope, sorry. My mom fell. I'm the only one here capable of picking her up. So.
Oh shit! Is she okay?
Is she okay?
It wasn't far. It was just from bed to not bed.
Ah.
But my sister's pregnant, and my dad is suffering from cancer, so he's very weak.
Got it. Family first.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'm just slowly going insane. It's fine.
Okay, so the characters are Torben Belanos is a conspiracy theorist blogger. Gadby Tinner is an empathic rock musician. Chet Darkbeard Zaman is a gothy gamer dude. The original character was Islamic. I don't know if Chet is. Elizabeth Audrey is a straight A student. I can't change nameplates. You have to change the nameplates yourself.
That's why I'm asking everybody in chat. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. What nameplates?
Character name.
Your display name?
Okay,
yeah. Under the, like.
Oh, like
it's under the cog.
There we go. They should now be. They're now aligned with the portraits that I see. I don't know if you see the same portrait order that I do, so I don't know how much.
Yeah, that's the same one that I see.
So me, Chet, Elizabeth, and Torben.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. We're on the same page.
Okay. So were you thinking to go ahead with the karaoke bar? Or did you have another? You also the other thing you were talking about was playing chess against a computer. Go on.
Yeah, but I made a mistake about thinking the one person was so I made a mistake.
A robotist. Now, Chet has some computer programming skills, so he might be able to program something, but it wouldn't be a robot. It would be a computer.
I mean, if you guys want to go, If you guys want to do a chess player, I can tap into like I can try to pull up like something like Deep Blue or something like that. But I don't know how many people would want to play chess. This is to make money from the most amount of people possible, right?
That's true.
Indeed.
So barring gambling,
Well, you said who was it who said food? What kind of food would you want to make?
I never said I would make the food. I just said that food is an element of fairs.
Oh no, that's why what that was the hypothetical. What food would you make?
Mm.
What would you like to see at a fair?
kebabs are always good.
I don't think they're gonna let us do like a giant fryer, so I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be able to do like funnel cakes and elephant ears and that kind of thing. But we can probably get a grill going. Probably.
People enjoy sweets.
I actually
We
don't.
have-
Okay, go on.
I'm trying to be a person here.
You're trying to be a person,
Yes,
unlike anything else.
I'm failing significantly.
I can't.
You got to increase your human stat. It's fun.
So
I'm imagining that entirely in character.
Yes.
Do we have to make these at home, or do we have to make these in like the home ec kitchen?
You can make them at home. You could make food at home. In truth, you could probably go to like a bulk thing and buy some candy bars to sell if you wanted. But that might not attract if that would be the kind of thing is if you were doing something else and you had the snacks on hand for extras.
I mean, if
Yes,
you guys bring the food, and we've got some nice looking folks here, we could do like a little cafe kind of deal. Like get some nice clothes. Come on, Chet. You dress up kind of nice, don't you?
Yeah.
Tell me you have some nice clothes.
Yeah. For sometimes.
Okay. Well, between you and me, I'm pretty sure we got it covered. And he smiles with dimples.
Oh. Okay. Right. Is black a good color? Does black work?
I would suggest other things than black.
Yeah, because to laugh.
Possibly black and other things.
White? Grays?
That would be fine.
I
Red?
will point
I have some
out,
red.
as long as you guys have known Gadby, he's worn predominantly two very obnoxious colors. One is bright orange, and the other is like metallic cobalt blue, the same color as his guitar. Like those are his two favorite colors.
Just out of character, I have a friend that literally wears nothing but orange and green. Like in tandem, orange and green in several different outfits. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Also in character.
That's cool.
Also in character, yes, I did predict people would be making a cafe.
Really?
Both?
Because you said this was in America, like I was gonna be, oh dude, we could have done a host cafe, but this is America and most high schoolers don't know what the fuck a host cafe is.
Well, the setting is designed that you can put it different places, but I think we said the United State of Okinawa, which is still heavily influenced by Japanese culture.
Oh, okay.
So so you could totally do a host cafe.
Yeah, or we could do Kingyo Suiko, or how's it you say it? Goldfish scoop, Kingyo Suiko. Is that correct, Luke?
That's not one I've encountered. It's not a daily thing for me. Give me a moment,
No,
though.
like I'm very that thing.
How are you so quick with this?
That's because I already made these maps.
Unlike every
problem
other
is-
game, he made these
That
maps.
is adorable.
Yes. The only problem is if we do King Yasuko, where the fuck do we get goldfish on short notice and a big tank?
I refuse responsibility for any living creatures.
I checked the internet.
Check the internet.
I can tell you right now, you can get either, if you were Alexi, he would know how to make them, but because they're relatively simple toys, you can get little robotic goldfish for this game that can be set to swim at different speeds and different sensitivities for dodging, and they have coupons inside them.
Oh, let's do that. That sounds so cool.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not opposed.
I'm not opposed either. And worst comes to worst, if we can't get the real ones, I can possibly whip up a virtual version with the coupons.
Yep.
I think we got a winner.
Augmented reality is a thing here, so you could even do virtual ones if you had to.
Yeah, I mean, I have a few for people without the glasses. I probably have a few extra sets.
Yep. So we have a winner in Robot Goldfish.
Robot goldfish.
Okay, so
All right.
I am so stoked.
so now, who wants to do what? Because each of you kind of assign yourself to one particular thing to help prep the goldfish. What is it you're going to do? Each of you is going to do to prep the goldfish. Gadby, let's start with you.
Yes.
What are you going to add to the booth? Not necessarily the goldfish itself, but the booth as a whole.
Oh, I'm going to be playing music to draw in the crowd. Because you, like, having people around, like, oh, look, there's a giant tank is not as interesting as, oh, look, there's a band and there's goldfish.
So I'm gonna probably have you rolling a craft roll to make a song to prepare for this, a special song specifically for this. Before we don't do rolls yet. We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Chet, what are you going to be doing to prep this?
I guess I can get some of my older monitors and stuff and kind of make a light display to bring people in. Because if I'm a gamer, I probably have old gear that's still perfectly good, just not the best of the best.
I believe you do. Where is the list of gear that apparently your list of gear did not get put down. My apologies. But yeah, I completely assume that Chet has gear. That is definitely a case.
Yeah, I'll look together. I'll bring in some of my old monitors and stuff and whip together like a multi-screen display. Draw people in. I'll use characters from games and stuff that have nothing to do with goldfish catching, because why not? Everybody else does it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call that a persuasion roll. And yes, you will be able to use. You will be able to use.
The gothy gamer guy asking that.
That's the gothy gamer guy. Yeah.
What about the frickin' cheeps from Mario?
I can do that.
The whole display is going to be persuasion, though.
Okay.
And Elizabeth, what are you adding to the party?
I'll work on advertising.
You're going to work on advertising? Okay.
Yep, spreading the word of things. I don't really want to, but yes.
Well, what are the coupons going to do? Like, what are they going to be redeemed toward?
That would be like prizes or something like stuffed animals or something. You can decide that, or you can just decide that the goldfish itself is the prize. But yeah.
Okay. And what was I adding to the persuasion roll, or was nothing?
It's
I
either
don't know.
persuasion. It's probably the persuasion roll, and the persuasion is building a display that will attract people to the booth. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Eh,
persuasion is getting people to do what you want. I'm assuming there's more work going into it than just what you're immediately saying, but I'm coming up with specific roles based on that. We don't want to do the whole thing. We're doing a montage. If I were doing this as the start of a campaign, I would be doing this over several days, or several sessions. And yeah, we could go an entire session just building the booth. But we're doing montage version because it's a one shot. So Torben, what are you bringing to this bunch of kids to help them out?
Well, I probably have a guy that can get the little robot fish, or program the virtual fish or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk to him and be like, hey, these kids are doing a thing.
I'm going to call that resources, which is not your best thing, but we'll. But, okay. So, so let's go in order. The difficulty is 3. Um, Now the way you roll, it's the same. It's 4DF. So you're gonna do slash roll. I'm gonna put it in quote. I'm gonna separate it. I'm gonna put it in the Discord so that you can see.
Okay.
So you can see it, because if I type it out in Roll20, it will actually roll.
Gotcha. Slash roll 4DS. What's the F?
Fate dice.
Oh.
Fate dice have a minus, a plus, and a blank.
The hell just happened?
It rolled 40F.
You rolled 3 minuses and a blank. So you did, there wasn't anything added to it, so you got a total of -3. This is
What?
okay.
Why did I get minus something?
Because fate dice are 6-sided dice, but there's only 3
Okay.
possible results. On every fate die, there are 2 minus signs. On every fate die, there are 2 blanks that have nothing on them, and there are 2 plus signs. For every plus you roll, you add 1 to whatever ability you're rolling on for this roll. So you're doing craft music. Let me look at Gadby Tinners. Gadby's craft is 3.
Yeah.
And
So I got a 0 then.
no, it would have been a 0. But you also have artist guitar, which has a little bit of copy pasta, because I have a little bit of the stuff from the person who has illusion powers in there, and should say singing and other such things. My apologies. I forgot to fix that. Um, so you actually have a +5 roll. So you would be rolling 4DF +5. Okay?
Okay, I will take your word for that.
So you type in roll 4DF +5, because it is your craft skill plus this advantage of guitar.
I 3.
That's a tie. So you're going to at this point you have a tie. The music you're getting is going to be passable. They'll probably not be up to your normal standards. You might be a little bit disappointed with it. Now,
I didn't have time for a whole. You said this is a day. I don't have time to write a song. I took an existing song and just changed the words.
Yeah. Also, especially the way I do it, in Fates, the roll is actually not the end of the action. The roll just determines the cost. So the roll is the basic. You can still, after you roll, you can still spend fate points as long as you use them in along with one of your aspects that are listed on your character sheet. So you have things like empathic rock musician, perfect his music, always been a natural with music, music makes you feel things. You have lots of things there that you could tap to either re-roll or get just a simple +2 if you wanted to. Right now you have 4 fate points, okay? The name.
I rolled a 2, and for a computer gamer, I really have very little related to computer or gaming.
Yes, this is true, but you have some aspects. Video gamers and tabletop gamers unite. Write the perfect game. You also have geek speak, and you're doing a persuasion thing right now. So you could theoretically use your geek speak right now. This, especially since this is a scene, so you could use it right now since it'll refresh on the next scene.
Yeah, I'll throw in my geek speak then, just to add 2, I guess.
Yep, no, it's add 3. Look at the heroic advantages. Once per scene, add a +3 bonus to any persuasion or deception roll to convince someone of a fact in regards to some, it says mystical topic. In this case, anything that involves. Also, geek speak is more broad than that. So don't worry about it. In this case, so it will fit. So yours is a 2. You would actually have a 5. So you would be a success on the persuasion.
Oh, good.
Gadby, are you happy with a tie, or do you want to spend a fate point, or?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so you have a tie. And then we'll get to Elizabeth, who spends her time hitting the pavement and advertising. So, and probably securing people who could supply coupons as well. So go ahead and give me a willpower roll.
That will be
Looking, ooh, wow.
3.
That's 3. And that is a break. That is a break even, so that is a tie. Again, you have 4 fate points, so if you wanted to, you could spend a fate point on one of your aspects that fits along with this, like plan everything, perfectly organized. You could spend a fate point to activate one of those for either a +2 or a reroll, though a reroll wouldn't be your best option at that level.
I'll take the +2.
Okay. The way you would normally do it, I'm telling you how it works because you're all pretty new at this system. The way you would do is yeah. So the way I do it is the fate roll is the middle, and I start telling you that things are going well or things are going a little bit bad, and that's supposed to be your cue to tell me whether or not you want to spend a fate point or something else.
Okay.
And in this case, you're going to say, but I plan everything, so I'm going to spend a fate point on plan everything, get a +2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that will make you go down to 3 fate points. They do come back when I have bad stuff happen to you.
Oh, great.
And the last one is resources with Torben Belonos. Okay. Which actually, while resources is not your thing, you're still an adult, so you actually narratively have access to more resources than kids do. So you're going to. That's a 3. That's a tie. Are you happy with the tie, or do you want to go? Or do you have any?
No, I've got just the thing. Do me a favor.
Okay. I will give you if you spin the fate, you'll spin the fate point on the roll. You're down to 3 fate points as well. You get a +2. You are also a success.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so your booth is actually coming out quite well. You're mostly very successful. The song that Chet has, not Chet, the song Gadby has is a little bit derivative, but you know what? Nobody's going to notice once he starts playing. Or they start playing, right?
No, it's he.
Okay.
Gabby's a boy.
Okay. Once he starts playing, nobody's going to notice because for some reason he could take any song and make it awesome. Okay.
Does it have to be like with words, or can it just be music?
It definitely just be music.
Okay, because I was like trying to think of a song and like change the words like Scanlan does in Critical Role, and I'm like, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I can't do that. So yeah, it's just music.
Sam is a different kind of genius.
Yes, he definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're definitely overall you've got a number of local businesses giving you coupons of different values to put in your robot fish. Torben has gotten you some robot fish. They're definitely serviceable. They'll last for a good maybe a year if somebody takes care of it. But more likely maybe 2 months, 1 month, because kids are rough with them. But yeah,
They'll be good for a few hours.
If by the way, if you go over a difficulty by 3, you do what is called success with style, which is the critical success. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you roll so much, though. Getting all pluses or all minuses in my system gives you a bonus XP, which doesn't really going to affect a one shot. But the whether or not it's a critical success or a critical failure depends on how badly or how greatly you do over the difficulty rather than what you roll on the die. Okay? Okay. So, you have a wonderful booth. You're in the middle of building it over the next day or so. You're putting it together over the next day or so, and as you're doing it, are you going to do this in the outdoor portion, like where the sports school is? Oh, Azumanga Daioh.
I love that one. It was either that or the ending to Fooly Cooly, which is really good on guitar riffs, but not quite family friendly with goldfish. So I was
right on shooting star.
Yes. Kokoro no koe de.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
Fooly Cooly isn't quite friendly with people's sanity.
No, it's not. It's got another season coming.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, it's playing the music to the opening, the Azumanga Daioh, because it's cheerful and happy, and Gabby's not singing the words. It's just the music to it on guitar, if you can imagine that.
Okay.
Do the main Zelda theme.
So, yeah. Oh my goodness! So you're hitting me. I only got into Azumanga Daioh recently, and I'm getting off track. Sorry.
No.
No.
Let me know how that goes, please.
No. The decorations aren't the little cheat sheets.
They're not. What are they?
Zelda fishing. It's Link fishing.
Oh my God! Yes.
That's perfect.
People hated that part part of the game, but I love sitting there fishing with fucking legs.
Like that's how we should decorate the booth. Like the booth is the Zelda fishing minigame.
Secret confession. I was always terrified because you had to jump in the water to get the heavy lure.
Okay.
I was terrified the log was going to come to life and turn into a monster and eat me. Like, obviously that never happened, but...
I'm assuming this is all in character.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
For real, though, I thought it was going to eat me.
Okay. So, now, well, the random music in the background is okay, Ren. Don't worry about it.
That's not me.
It's a festival. Ren,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. But this is what's going. You're putting it together. You're putting the thing together. You're getting it ready for the next day. You're putting everything together except for the stuff that you really can't leave overnight. And somebody there was like you're doing this in the outdoor booth, I'm guessing, rather than one of the indoor rooms, right?
Yeah, outdoor.
It's gonna be loud, and it's gonna be wet.
Yeah, that's the main factor.
Okay, so coming along, there is a kind of dressed up at in to the nines, and also just kind of throwing it in people's faces of how much money she has a little bit. The ears are slightly pointed because she went to Japan recently to get an exotic gene mod, and she's just old enough that she can make the legal. This is she's coming.
Wait, you can do that?
Yes. There are the exotic ones are only legal in Japan, like to get cat ears and such. And she isn't brave enough to go that far, but she gave herself elven ears. We're gonna say. Chico's coming. Okay. This is Chico Sawatoru, one of the school popular girls. She is kind of a... When she's not paying attention, which is most of the time, she's a little bit of a bitch. And she's walking along with another one of the popular girls, Jessica, who is looking more than a little frazzled. Usually Jess usually looks like everybody's perfect idea of the girl next door, the person who's your immediate friend. Everybody who sees her, that's the idea they have. It's just perfectly imprinted. She kind of gets an echo. Whenever Gadby's around, he kind of feels a little bit of an odd echo around her. But he's not...
Around which one?
Jess.
The nice girl?
The nice girl, yeah. And Jess is looking a little bit frazzled, and her clothes aren't well... I mean, they're a little bit wrinkled, like she didn't have hanging up properly. She looks... Her hair's a little bit out of place. And Chico is kind of talking to her, like, really, this isn't like you. You usually have everything. Why don't you have this set up? Why can't you just run out of duct tape? Who runs out of duct tape?
Yeah, who runs out of duct tape?
And
people who don't plan.
I can tell you who can run out of duct tape.
I pull out all the duct
Somebody
tape.
else has another roll around nearby.
And Jess is coming up and saying, I'm sorry. I thought I asked Clint to take care of a lot of the details and such. And it's like, oh, you asked Clint. Clint isn't any good. He'll just go off and with that gang of his and do nothing. It's like, yeah, I'll go ask these people this side. You ask that side. We can try to find duck. Yeah, you do that. And Chico starts wandering off and pulling her cell phone out. Hey, hello, Mom, Dad. And Jess comes up to you. It's like, I'm sorry, our booth kind of ran out of some of the materials we need to put it together. Do you have any extra duct tape or anything on hand?
I probably, in character, have a lot of duct tape.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
If you don't...
You have a conspiracy theorist blogger. You almost certainly do.
He also probably has a lot of tinfoil.
Oh,
well,
God.
The conspiracy theorist does.
Oh
Oh,
my
God.
gosh, yes. Our booth, part of our booth
Yeah.
has like tinfoil everywhere.
There's tinfoil on the top to protect it from the alien signals.
Oh God.
Not
Because
just
this
the
is
alien signals.
because this is like the like where did you say it was? Okoyama?
Okinawa.
Okinawa.
I never seem to
Um,
finish all my fruit.
Of America. Does that mean the people who are dressed up as like street vendors are in the yukata, or are we in street clothes? Is there
Probably
like a
yukata.
dress code? Did we coordinate this?
Yeah, it's probably yukata.
Okay.
Japanese is spoken more often in Okinawa than English is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining Gadby's outfit is. You see how I think that's Ren, the like the roll 20 like teal and blue avatar on the bottom there, except it's like navy blue and white and with orange goldfish on it, just like on top of the pattern, and that's his yukata.
Okay.
He's a fucking peacock, okay?
No, I love it. I love it.
Like dude with auburn hair pulled back in a man bun with a bright blue fucking flying V guitar. Yeah, he's a peacock.
Okay.
He like nudges Chet and says, "Oh, come on, we have to help a pretty lady out, right?" And he gives that like charming smile. I mean, what's the bitch gonna do to her if we don't give her some tape? I mean, let's not make her life worse.
I'm managing booth finances. I'm not paying attention to any of you.
Fair
You're
enough.
kind of rolling your eyes and all that.
I start digging through my bag to pull out various types of duct tape.
Okay.
Do you have like all different colors of
Couple
duct
different
tape?
colors, couple different patterns. Lots of them are geeky.
Hello Kitty one, and I give it to her.
Jess's eyes are kind of going wide with each of the different things. She's like, wow, I never even thought about different colors. We could do that for decoration.
I don't have that much.
Yeah, like, look, you're kind of for a competition. We're gonna give you one, but you kind of owe us a favor later on.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry.
I kind of use these to repair things. I can spare like a roll or two, but.
Well, hey, let's give her the pretty one.
Okay.
So that she can make the elf-eared lady happy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Torben and Elizabeth, as the two people not paying attention to Jess, please give me empathy rolls real quick.
Empathy.
Empathy.
I am pretty sure Gabby gives no shit for elf-eared bitch. But he would feel bad for poor Lackey that is kind of strung along and seems nice.
Oh my goodness. You guys are focused on Jess. Okay. Even Elizabeth caught this. This is okay. As Jess was turning around to go towards the booth, and Torben caught it with style. Elizabeth caught Chico checking out Jess's ass.
Oh.
Wait, so the elf-eared girl, who's like the queen bee bitchy lady, was looking at her friend's butt?
And Torben caught that she was immediately confused and looked away really quick.
Oh, young love.
Well. They're like what? 14, 15?
No, this is high school, isn't it?
High school. This is
high school.
Yeah.
Like
16, 17.
16,
yeah.
17.
I was gonna say not the little bitty. No.
She's 16.
No.
she can't. You can't be any younger before you can get genetic modification. So she's 16.
Their friends probably the same age.
Yeah.
I see. I see. And I'm thinking Turvin's probably like 30, 40-ish.
Something like that. Which since okay, so average lifespan for this setting is 90. So 30, 40,
Okay.
30, 40 would be like late 20s in our world for them.
Okay. The prime of life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
what's the theme of your booth?
Oh, see, I believe. Let's see. They weren't Chico and Clint weren't really kind of involved. Let's see. I believe we came down to we're doing like a haunted house. Crystal seemed very insistent on that, so I think we're doing a haunted house.
It's a little passe, isn't it? I mean, we're nowhere near Halloween, and it's not even Oban season.
True, but it's a festival.
Yeah, I would have figured the princess over there would want to dress up fancy, not as, you know, poopy.
It
You can be fancy and scary. Just watch my mom.
just
I've
kind
seen
of
your mom, dude.
Jess kind of leans forward a little bit and looks around. It's like actually she wanted to ask her parents what we should do, and
We barely even asked Torben.
So you still haven't even come up with a concept? There's no way you guys are gonna win.
Torben is nowhere near close to anything.
Responsible?
Yeah. Everybody who's ever, and Jess is kind of the reason Jess is popular is because she goes out of her way to help people. She's the friendly person.
Yeah.
This is really not like her.
Look, hey Jess. Are you guys like, why don't you just join ours? We've got everything covered here.
I'm already. If I do that, I'm just kind of leaving them in the lurch, and no, I can't do that.
Dude, they already left you in the lurch.
It's well,
yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, I mean, we could always use another set of hands. God, this tank leaks like you wouldn't believe. And this duct tape, trust me, that's what we use it for, you know?
Yeah, but it's already filled out. I'm already on the form with the office.
Yeah, have you done anything though?
Clearly
wasn't
filed and
electronic
detailed.
That can be that if it's electronic, that can be changed.
Yeah, trust me. And
I honestly don't think you
is
should really mess with academic files.
Okay. I'll just take some duct tape and thank you. And I know we have one more year, maybe next year, but
All right. Well,
good luck with the spookies.
yeah, thank you. It's kind of weird. I don't know exactly how she does her holograms, but she's got some interest. But Crystal has some interesting things. It kind of makes me itch though, so I don't know exactly what she's doing. Give me
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
give me a
Surprised
quick.
she didn't make a kissing booth idea.
Ugh.
I don't really like.
It's profitable.
You're 17.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
haven't you seen all of the stereotype movies? Like really?
Yeah.
Yes. I've watched Nerds.
Actually, I think Clint did suggest that. Chico got a little bit turned a little green, and Crystal, I don't think noticed, and I don't really get it. But
Are you sure this is on the up and up? Should you tell your teacher? You know?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll get it. I'll take the duct tape. Thank you. And everybody, can you make me a quick endurance roll?
How do we do that?
It's you're going to have to type in 4DF and your add whatever your endurance rating is. It's probably 2.
With endurance, you said?
Yeah.
Does this involve running away?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, no, because that's on my sheet. That's why I'm like, I don't know
Okay.
why it would, but endurance is no.
Looks like I'll be chugging lots of Mountain Dew.
No. And Gadby, roll your sensitive.
Sensitive?
Yeah, that's one of your stats. I believe it's a 1. Yep.
I don't. Yeah.
It's underneath. There it is.
1.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, yeah, you don't. That sensitive is one of your psychic traits. I think you're the only one that has a rating above 0 in anything.
I don't know what any of these rolls mean still.
Okay.
These fate dice are very new to me.
No problem. It takes a little bit of getting used to. Yeah. Gadby's the only one with any psychic trait above a 0. So after she leaves, let's see here. Elizabeth doesn't notice anything.
Of course I
Torben,
don't.
yeah, because it just Torben and let's see, Torben and Gadby kind of noticed a little bit of like they're reading like maybe they were out in the sun too long, a little bit, kind of a little hot or a little itchy, something like that, but it didn't stay around for very long. Chet, you have some kind of rash or something. It looks like you've been bitten by a lot of bugs along. Just you're getting like eaten up.
Oh, dude, did you not bring bug spray? I mean, you got to be prepared, you know. And I like.
I'm fully clothed in the middle of summer. Like I am that goth kid.
Oh no.
So.
Well, no wonder
This
you're
isn't
not
normal
wearing.
bug bites.
Could you be having some kind of allergic reaction?
I don't know. I go into my bag and pull out some new age balm that my mom keeps buying me.
Aww.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, roll resources real quick. Let's see if it actually works. Resources on you is 2.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Torben, you have a 1, but even your resources a 1. You actually have access to more money than they do. It's just, most of it's already got tied up in bills.
Yeah. Blogging doesn't really pay much, so that's why I'm volunteering at the school.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so Chet, that herbal balm, you think it's...
I'm going to re-roll.
Okay. With what? You're spending fate points?
That's actually my disadvantage aspect, full-blown New Ager.
Got it.
Do what?
New Ager. He's a full-blown New Ager, which basically means he believes all the wrong stuff about psychic abilities, but still they can stumble on something that actually works.
Nope.
However,
I don't know if that balm has any medicine.
It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. But Chet full out believes it does.
Except now, because it really doesn't work.
Yeah.
I can imagine just as the years go by, I may be slowly figuring out my parents are full of crap.
Yeah. Chet, man, I think that expired like 2 years ago. You know?
No, there's no date on it.
Yeah, that's why I think it might have expired a while ago.
I'm not sure it ever worked.
Okay.
Not to distract you or anything. You can fully believe in whatever your parents believe in and not continue.
Right.
Yeah.
I I guess I'll go see the nurse.
Okay. So, as you're going to go see the nurse, you'll get a bomb that causes it to go down.
Actually works.
It actually works. Also, it also would not last very long in any case, so you might even be feeling a relief by the time you get to the nurse and be convincing yourself that the bomb works. And um, but yeah, um,
Is there
get
any chance that this could have been a like a psychic or supernatural effect? You know?
okay, Torben, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, roll me knowledge real quick with the occult bonus. Okay, so it definitely could have been. There is actual, real scientific proof in the setting that that can happen. But Torben, oh, you're re-rolling, I'm guessing. Oh no, you didn't roll yet. So now you're at the 4.
I'm rolling. I just rolled it now. I had
Okay.
to go through my sheet and be like,
My
what is
apologies.
my total?
Sometimes what happens is somebody starts typing and then they stop, and I get confused and think the roll that's right above them was what their roll was. So I saw the 0 move, and I figured that was the new roll.
That's cool.
Yay, roll 20. So that's a 4. Actually, Torben can actually bring up legitimate scientific research about how a psychic ability can trigger a rash.
Huh.
So yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Psychic ability from who?
It could have been from what was her name, Jess?
Yeah.
Jess.
Could also have been from anybody walking past. Why not?
Well, all right.
There is legitimate scientific research on that in this setting.
I know. I don't disbelieve him. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'll come back bombed and miraculously with Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yes. Okay. So you're feeling much better after getting to the nurse is kind of getting after. There's nothing really bad about this rash. It's already mostly gone. You're convinced that the balm worked better than you thought it was, but you took what the nurse gave you anyway.
Yeah, because I'm not impolite.
Yeah. And now you have the resources set up, and you're hearing one of the teachers walk by. Um, let's do a quick roll here. Oh joy!
What?
Okay, so you hear the voices
What?
you hear the voice of the track coach talking to a couple of people. And he's saying, "So you're go you the you people are going to be here tomorrow. This is the main outdoor area. There's going to be some things that are in the there are going to be some things over there in the main school a little bit here, but most of the fair is going to be over here. I think they've got a haunted house being set up in the audit. No, the auditorium is going to the drama club. Um, anyway, you can go ahead and look around. We got the guess the number contest up there. You see all these different booths. They're going to have a little thing next to them the school provides where people can donate to the school as a whole and give and buy these marbles, which you get put in that jar at the top and yada yada yada. It's the whole guess the number thing, but even the even the people who are putting it together don't know how many marbles are going to put it in because it depends on how many people donate. Anyway, you can go ahead and look around real quick, and everybody, please go ahead and give me a quick perception roll.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Somebody
That
rolled
was wrong.
1d4.
I don't know why. I meant to type 1DF. It's
Yeah, and
4DF.
4DF, yes.
My brain's still in
We did pretty good.
D&D.
Oh, some of us
There's
did.
always one.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see here. Elizabeth and Gadby, you're kind of looking around with there are these other two people there. Um, Mr. Coach Brandon, he's the track coach. He also does, some of the, I forget which topic he does when he's not doing the coach. Uh, Coach Brandon is kind of pointing them off and looking in different directions. He says, "Oh, and you can kind of look around and find your own way." And as soon as he says that, he's gone.
What? Like, what do you mean gone?
He just walks away.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
The only people that notice are Torben and Chet. To everybody else's view, they turn around to look where he's pointing, and they turn back, and he's gone.
So he just left a bunch of people there?
He's famous for this.
Who are these people?
Torben, you immediately recognize them. These are mainstream reporters. There is a Miki Kwan here and an Adrian Rocha.
Oh, great.
Oh, where'd Coach Brandon?
Do
It's
we
alright,
know
they're
them
not
from
nearly
local
I
TV?
kind of figured these two were going to show up right about now.
It's like,
It's all right.
yeah,
They're not nearly as cool.
yeah. No, I really want Miki to be played by a player one time. I haven't. Okay.
I was so close to playing Miki, but then I'm like, no, conspiracy theorist sounds a lot more fun.
Yeah. Okay. So they turn around and like, where the hell did he go? What kind of the Miki's? What the hell kind of freaking unprofessional person do they have showing us around like that? And
He does that to everyone.
Mr.
He did
Roche,
to me one.
yeah, Mr. Rocha kind of chuckles and shakes his head a little bit. And he's a local weatherman. He is known for being rather conservative, but he's not like rabid about it. And he is like, yeah, I remember this. I remember. I kind of figured this would happen when he was the one that was leading us around. And then Adrian kind of looks at Torben. It's like, aren't you a blogger of some sort?
Yep.
And that draws Miki's attention. She kind of looks, oh, great. This is the kind of worthless human interest story I'm getting assigned to with weather boy like you, old fart weather boy like you, and amateur. I'm out. I'm going to go find something out of this that's worth reporting on.
Hey, lady, you might want to check out the haunted, the spooky haunted house that they've got put up.
We hear it shoddily put together.
No, I heard the graphics there are pretty top notch. Even spooked out some of the people who made it. So who knows? Might be worth something. Could be some new sort of technology.
Yeah, maybe.
You know those Wonder Kids and all their fancy toys.
Give me a persuasion roll, and you can
I'm
add.
being an asshole to her on purpose.
Yeah.
So what do I roll for persuasion on here?
It's your persuasion, and I have to open your character sheet to look at it. It is actually, I think,
your persuasion is a 2.
I
have everybody's character sheet open.
I do that too when I'm in Roll20.
It says success.
Let me see what she rolls.
You didn't actually roll that right?
You need to add
How did I
plus.
not?
You have a
Need
Oh,
plus 2.
freaking. Okay, yeah. I'm like, it said success. I was
Apparently,
excited.
F to the power of 2
yeah.
just gets you that.
Don't worry. Cho did that. Cho was doing that all over the place. So yeah, you're in good company.
GF plus 2. See, this is why I don't code, because this is why I don't code. But I got 2. I got 2.
Let's see what she thinks. I'm going to go ahead and give her a reasoning roll. She's like, okay, maybe I'll go look at it. Maybe it'll be something. At least I can get a bit of entertainment on my company's dime out of this. And goes wandering off, kind of shrugging off everything and looking at it.
Yeah.
She's not newspaper, but it's newspaper in this setting is more like official bloggers. They still call themselves
Okay.
they still call themselves newspapers, but it's primarily online.
What about the dude
internet
who's still
personnel.
standing there? Yeah, the other guy.
It's like, oh, so goldfish scooping. What do you got lined up as prizes?
Yeah, now that she's gone, let me show you around, my friend.
He's television. Or internet.
Yeah.
He's a streaming media. So
Yeah, he's the guy I'm much more interested in. The lady, not so much. Get my face on TV. Let's do that.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I've been providing live music. These are animatronic goldfish. We had Chet over here working on them. They are super cool.
And I'll also pull up the list of our prize support.
Okay.
And all of this has been organized by, and I point to Elizabeth. Since you're a straight A student, would you be class president? You figure?
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah, that's
By
reasonable.
the class president.
What the hell, club?
We're not a club. We're just a group of friends. I'm just trying to big everybody up to get us on.
No, I understand that, but out of character, like, what kind of club are we 3 in?
I have
We're the
no idea.
outcasts.
The last time I ran this, they decided they had the wannabe businessman half kitsune, the low income thug, and the activist cheerleader on the thing, and they decided it was a martial arts club.
We're the Breakfast Club.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that is perfect, and that's where I volunteer. Cause
No, yeah, this is now kind of canon, at least for this reality.
One zinger a year, and that was it. We're the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, you guys got all sent to detention in the first year together, and Torben was the adult responsible.
Yep.
Yes.
The one and only time Elizabeth ever got sent to detention.
We don't talk about this. You don't bring up that time. I fully accept that I've made friends from that situation, but we don't talk about that.
And I'll
Yeah,
bet
no,
the entire.
we're the Breakfast Club. Yeah, no,
So,
don't
wait.
worry about it.
The first rule of Breakfast Club is you don't talk about Breakfast Club?
No, that's Fight Club.
Yeah. Okay. So he's go ahead and give me one of you can do the help, one of you can help, and the other one of you can do the point.
What does that mean?
Well, you can do something called you can maneuver, and what maneuvering does is it either creates an aspect or leverage. The word would be leverage. I don't, it doesn't have you can activate an existing aspect so that it gets free uses that you don't have to spend fate points for. And the person who's actually making the roll to persuade can use that aspect and the free tags on it to get a better chance to succeed. So when I have two people working on the same thing, instead of having them both roll persuasion to persuade the guy, I have one do a maneuver to see if they are able to help convince. And
Tell us who should roll what, because I don't know. I guess I don't get it.
I'm going to actually suggest that Gadby be the one that is doing the active persuasion roll, because you have smooth over. This isn't exactly calming people down, but it's kind of in the same area, so I'm going to give you the smooth over.
Okay, so that's with my perception?
That's going to be with
Or
persuasion.
no, the persuasion. Yeah, that one. So plus 4.
But first, let's let Chet roll his persuasion and see if he gets a 3 or higher. And yeah, it's just going to be flat persuasion.
Okay.
Let's see what that beautiful bean footage gives us. It's a 4. So
I'm kind of tempted to add I know it's just a help, it's a maneuver, but if I would add +2 to make that a 6, how awesome would that be?
You would get, basically you would be, it's the equivalent of funneling a fate point, an extra fate point to Gadby on this. There would be 2 free tags that you could use at once. Which is...
Because I'm like...
Yeah, the free tags are a little bit different than fate points. Usually with a fate point, you can only spend 1 fate point on each aspect for each action. But with the free tags, you can just blow them all in one action, which is how you get people spending several rounds building up a lot of free tags and then blowing them all at once and turning your main boss into sushi in a single round.
Yes! Okay, because I have the help aspect video gamers and tabletop gamers unite. What are the odds that this old nerdy weather guy was a tabletop gamer back in the day?
Probably.
Actually, probably fairly good. He's a little bit conservative, but he's old enough that he would probably have gotten into it at the time. So that's probably okay. And let's say knowledgeable about pop culture. The pop culture knowledge is your aspect.
So
does that add something to it?
Now, what this does is it creates an aspect with 2 tags. These tags, the ones that I'm putting here, can be used by you, and you don't have to use them until after you roll.
Okay.
Any fate points and aspects and tags can be used after you roll. It's and even after I'm starting to say whether it's a failure or a success. And if you roll poorly, or even if you don't, if you roll very well, you can still spend all those because you'll probably not be able to use that aspect again later. Especially you're
I
do
add them? I will add them to it because you can't use them again, and then you get more for free. So yes, let's turn it to a 6.
Yep. Actually, you can spend both of them. They each add +2 because they're essentially fate points. So you would go to an 8.
Give me an 8. I want to be a TV star.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You have a full success. He's like, yeah, I think I'll bring my cameraman around here somewhere tomorrow. You look like you've got a good booth here. See you tomorrow.
Awesome. We can even... Thank you. Take care. Have a nice day. Does he have a pen? Hey, wait, before you go, can I get your business card?
He kind of laughs and says, yes, here you go.
Much appreciated. And I give him a little, like a 2-finger salute. And I take the card and I put it inside the yukata. I'm like, yes, I'm going to be on TV. Obviously not like as he can see that, but like behind like the booth, like TV.
Yep. Okay.
Elizabeth kind of just raises her hand and yay for you.
You're gonna be on TV. Fred, you're gonna be on TV. This is your organization, more or less. we're listening to you as the boss. You get to take all the credit. So yeah, put this on your resume. You did great.
That actually kind of does.
It really does.
I
And
initially wasn't seeing the
hey,
appeal to this, but it's growing on me.
Okay.
and hey, Chet, if you can get them to do a demo or to get them to film a demo of how you put together these little goldfish, like
No,
you
that was
can.
No,
What?
no, I'm the
Torben.
one that got you guys the goldfish.
Torben. Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I don't know why
I
I
did
keep
your
thinking it was Chet.
decorations.
You did the decorations. Pardon me.
That's why
I'm
there's a
sorry.
Zelda theme.
That's my bad. That's not Gadby, because I'm a dumbass.
Hey, Cho.
So wait, is Torben like a substitute teacher kind of deal? I know he's a
No,
volunteer.
he's like
but...
he's a school volunteer, basically.
Okay.
It helps him pay the bills.
Okay,
Do
just a moment.
okay.
Cho, would you like to guest star as a teacher? Since you came.
Hi.
Hi. You're free to unvoice if you want.
Talk to
You're,
us, Cho.
you're muted. Hi.
Cho, are you okay? Ah,
Okay.
okay. So we'll continue talking. It's going to go to the next day. Imagine
Okay.
that the. Give me a moment. I'm going to make teachers visible to Cho, and
Okay.
so she can choose one. I will note that one of the teachers has already made an appearance, but I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to influence your opinion. Your option, what you want to do. Here we go. So when you look at in the journal section, all three of the teachers should be visible to you. Okay, Joe? You can type it into into the Discord. Cool. Okay, cool. Tell me when you got voice working. Um, Type it into the Roll20 chat, and I'll enter in your character. Okay. See you in a little bit then. Okay. So it is going on to the next day. You guys go home, get some rest, and you're coming into the start of the day, and it is so. Who is going to be doing the? Let's have a little bit of thing. Somebody's got to be on duty with the actual booth. Other people can do other things. Maybe they can go around advertising, or maybe they can be taking on their break to going around looking at the fair. And then Torben is a volunteer, so he'll probably be on hand fairly often, but he's going to have off times as well. So go ahead and tell me it's, let's say, 2 hours into the fair, starting to get a fair number of people. Who wants to be where at this particular time in the story?
If you need
I'll
a
be on the
booth
booth.
sitter. Oh, I was going to say you need live music to draw people into the booth. So I would be happy to say.
And if you do want some off time, I can always write into the display to play your music for like a little bit.
That is true. Yeah. Where else would we go?
Well, somebody has
Actually,
to.
yeah, I want to check out the haunted house because we sent the. Wait, did the reporter ever leave?
Oh yeah, Adrian went off because he had to go. Mr. Rocha went off because he had to go and arrange things with his cameraman. Plus, he wanted to take in the booths as a whole to kind of plan out where he's going to be tomorrow. Miki probably went off to do who knows what.
Yeah, I want to check out the competition, see what the deal is with this haunted house that creeped out the people who made it.
All right. So who's gonna man the booth during that time, though?
I will.
Okay, that
Okay.
was Elizabeth is manning the booth.
Yeah.
I show you what buttons to press just in case something goes a little iffy. It'll just essentially restart the electronic displays.
I'm quite adept, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
but
leave it to you, Capitan.
it's one of my rigs running this.
Okay, who is going to be going to the haunted house then?
Me.
I'll go.
And I'm going.
Chet, Torp, everybody else is going to the haunted house.
It's like there was a gigantic plot hook.
Indeed.
Also, were we given a time that we had to be back for filming?
Possibly, yeah, probably he gave a time that so that he would have implied he knows he definitely got a lead on you wanting to be on TV. He would have been polite enough to tell you when he was planning on being by. So you know. Go on.
I was going to say on my cell phone, I definitely have an alarm that will go off a good 10 minutes before, so I have time to get back. So no matter what, I will be there.
It's a
Be on TV.
It's a fairly large campus, so I would say maybe 30, 45 minutes before. This is an all
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So wait, so the haunted house is on the other side of campus?
The haunted house is being set up in somewhere inside the building.
Okay, 45 minutes until the thing goes off then.
Yeah, the only
Sure.
reason I say 30, 45 minutes is because while you're going to the haunted house right now, you don't know particularly where you're going to be. Maybe you get drawn off by like food or something else. So I'm going based off how I'm careful. I don't know. If you think Gadby would be less careful than that, that's your character.
He's mostly snooping out competition.
I will call if anything goes, if he appears early.
Got it.
Thank you, Prez.
Okay.
I wonder if I'm just going to blend into the haunted house.
I told you to wear brighter colors.
That wasn't happening.
Why bother?
This is really funny because Crystal is somebody who actually does real stuff but calls it by all the wrong terms.
Wearing all black freaking Shinigami haunted goldfish coop.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring over. I got something for Elizabeth in a moment. We're going to do a little bit of the haunted house.
Alright.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Oh, I can't read kanji. What does that say?
It's actually hiragana. Well, no.
No?
The first one's hiragana. That's O. That's a kanji I should know, but no, it's obake.
Oh, is it obakemono?
It's obakemono.
Obakemono. Okay, because I know O
It's
and I know
ghost house.
K.
There's I think one of those is probably house. I see obake.
Okay.
And the second kanji that's after K is ghost, and I'm betting this is house. So it's
Got
ghost
it.
house.
So it's ghost house.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so you're getting there, and it looks, a little bit from the outside as if it was kind of rushed and put together. You do see.
I feel so bad.
Yeah. You do see a lot of baked goods there because Clint Fairbolg's mother is a very good baker.
Aw.
That he is incredibly embarrassed about and tends to be very rude towards. But
Oh.
you get the feeling from the rumors is his family is heavily military or he thinks it is and thinks his mother should be a soldier.
Oh. Alright.
But anyway,
Yes.
so there is a number of really quality professional level baked goods there for treats, and it's it's sitting at the booth is Crystal Osprey, who is this nerdy looking girl with who almost always has this really old book on hand.
A cult kind of book, or what kind of?
Yeah, definitely an occult kind of book. It looks like it's about 50 years old. It's kind of a
I've probably read this book before, and I probably know what it is.
yeah.
I think I know what it is.
It is a actually Torben. If you go ahead and give me a quick knowledge, if you give me a fate point, Torben, I'll say you've gotten a hold of it at some point and read through it.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And give me a reasoning roll. It's a little bit thick to follow. It seems to split between high end theory. It uses a lot of terms from occult stuff like chi and circles and stuff like that, shaping. Um, and she calls herself a witch and says she does magic. It never actually uses the term magic for some reason. Um, but a lot of the cases, there's a whole lot of math involved and calculations. It looks familiar somehow, but you're not exactly sure where.
My first spell book.
I am not.
Oh, Cho, you're doing a lean, Miss Church.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't expect real math from me because no.
got it.
Please don't players. What?
Please
She's
don't act.
she's playing the. I won't ask the player to math. She's
Yay.
playing the rookie math teacher.
Oh. Okay.
So, next to Crystal is I actually have a picture of one version of what Aline looks like. You can describe her how you want though, because I don't have exactly canon appearances of most of these characters because I let people define how they look like themselves. Um, but this is a young woman who's basically she's a first year teacher. She's coming in with fresh ideas, all the newest things, and she's apparently the one that is helping sponsor the haunted house. And if Elizabeth were here, she would possibly say now a little bit of the disorganization makes sense.
Oh, I've had first year teachers before, and they've not been fun at all. So she's not a substitute. She's a full on teacher, but this is her first year, right?
Yeah, she's very friendly and exuberant. She's the kind that doesn't like to be the bad guy. The parents like her, but
Kids kind of get away with a lot, probably.
yeah.
I will ask, has she, because Gadby's probably been one of those kids who has ADHD and needs to like do something with his hands, like drumming on his desk, like trying to get a beat or something like that because he can't play his guitar in class. Has she given him detention before?
Welcome to Breakfast Club.
No, if she's coming in with new ideas and all that stuff, she probably gave the kid a fidget spinner and said, please stop the drumming.
He would have been so offended. Oh my god.
Hey.
Just like so offended. He would have shut up, but he would have just been like livid with this lady. So he's avoiding her entirely. Like, Chet, hey, come on, let's go around the other way. Come on.
So Aline is there. You've been there talking to Crystal about the mathematical equations that are in her book, trying to convince her that her book is using high-end theoretical mathematics and it's actually science.
Hmm. That sounds plausible. Generally, so yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so do I see these kids sneaking by or
Now, like, are you guys trying to sneak into the haunted house, or are you just going to come up and buy a ticket?
I'm just trying to sneak past her. So probably.
She's
If
the one
she's
selling
selling
the
tickets,
tickets.
yeah, then I'm sneaking past.
Okay.
I'll go and buy 2 tickets.
Okay. Torben, what are
I
you
was
doing?
just gonna
Your
walk. I was
your
just gonna walk
confidence
up
in
and
me
start.
is so reassuring.
Torben, what were you
I
saying?
was, I was just gonna walk up and tell her that she's wrong about
Who's
the
wrong?
book.
Oh,
Okay. So Torben is a reporter, by the way, Aline. Torben is a
okay.
adult, not a reporter, a blogger. He is a
Hmm.
community volunteer. He's kind of a little bit on the weird side and hangs out with this group that is. They wouldn't be together except for things that happened in first year, which no one's really adequately explained to you.
Hmm. So I probably think that this guy's a little bit creepy, right? Like, why are you hanging around with the kids and
Creepy but
stuff?
harmless.
He's
Okay, so he's not a pedo.
no, he's creepy but
Okay,
harmless. Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna look from the book to him and be like, well, look, clearly here and here is involving waves, and then there's quantum mechanics in this equation, and da da da. And I'm like, I go into this whole explanation of why it's obviously math because everything is math.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge and add your doctorate mathematics to that.
Okay. Two, and then, okay, I have 2 doctorates. Well, damn. Okay.
Yeah, you have 2 doctorates. You have educational psychology. It's not actually, it's described as doctorate, but doesn't necessarily mean a doctorate. It just means for this setting, you're knowledgeable in it.
Okay, so I just have like that level of knowledge.
Yeah.
Is it +2 for?
It's the +2 because this is a knowledge overcome.
Okay. Two.
2. Okay, so Torben, roll me willpower. So right now,
Oh,
Torben is completely not buying your completely
yeah,
logical and rational explanation.
Which is totally in character for him.
yeah. It makes total sense, and like I'm probably not expecting him to like buy into it, but as an educator, I have to make the effort, you know. And so I kind of like let the subject drop, I guess. But I, in the back of my mind, I make like a little self note that I want to see more of this book and study it so that I can properly educate people about it in the future.
Okay, cool.
couldn't you have just lied and said you were a substitute teacher and
Mm-hmm. Okay.
confiscated it?
Okay, so
Anyway,
um,
I'm just curious if that's something that, like, are you well known as like a volunteer? I don't know. Is
uh,
that things that you can do?
he tends to be, I'm thinking Torben tends to be well known in pushing his blog and his conspiracy theories about the occult
Mm-hmm.
presence in the room.
Oh, okay,
Oh yeah, he's
okay,
definitely
got
got a
it.
bunch of cards that have his like
Oh
URL on them,
no.
and he hands them out whenever somebody's like, "Yeah, this is, you know what? Here." He's actually gonna hand one of these cards to Miss Church right now. It's like, "Here, educate yourself."
And here's a funny
get
thing.
woke.
Here's a funny thing. The supernatural community, which is present at this school, the more delinquent aspects of the supernatural community have a tendency to graffiti people that are like Torben with like the eye of the Illuminati pyramid and such, and other
Oh
things they
damn.
consider nonsense.
just to fuck with him.
So yeah, because they consider complete nonsense, and he'll probably take it as complete evidence that he's being watched.
That's wonderful. Actually, I will take this card and I will check out this blog later because I need to know how to combat people's misconceptions.
Yes. Okay. While
Have I
Torben
have
and
I snuck into the haunted house while this is going on?
yes, Gadby, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Oh, great. Why is the perception? Out of
Well,
curiosity.
you'll see.
Oh.
Chet hasn't followed you in yet, and so right now it's just Gadby inside. Okay, so Gadby, you're noticing that the one that's the newspaper reporter from earlier, the ambitious one, the one that thinks this is beneath her. She's kind of looking a little bit annoyed and just bored going on ahead of you.
Wait a second. Wait, didn't you say this is the next day?
This is the next day, yeah.
She came back.
Well, she's on assignment. She has to.
Oh, got it. I was like, is she stuck in a temporal loop and is stuck here since yesterday?
No. So she probably left the give me an empathy roll real quick. And you're an empath, so I'll let you add in that persistent aspect as a +2 without any spending any fate points. So just give me a sensitive roll, actually. Sensitive.
So what do I add? 3?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a sense that after yesterday she probably left the campus, but since she has to write something, she came back, and the only thing she could think of was the haunted house, and that's probably why she's here.
I'm like not fully going into the haunted. I'm trying to be in like what would essentially be the backstage of the haunted house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the behind the scenes sort of, this is where the cast and crew are and do makeup and all that. I'm just like, I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm just trying to get an idea of what's going on and what could possibly be so spooky.
Okay. So you're kind of following along. Give me a quick agility roll. I think do you have anything that's stealthy? No, that's somebody else. No, just roll a quick agility roll.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you're kind of coming to the back, and there's a lot of these circles that are kind of drawn into the floor and such. I mean, it's not permanent or anything, but they're kind of glowing green, and you're looking around and look up, and you swear it's the most realistic hologram you've ever seen. You almost swear it's a real ghost for a couple seconds. It just comes right in your face. It seems to even have a reality imprinting itself on your mind, and then it goes away.
Everybody hears me scream in like this like high pitched scream, and I run for it.
And now I'm imagining the scream from the guy in Mulan.
Yeah.
Not that bad, but pretty bad. And I know I have free runner for running away. I'm just gonna book it back to the goldfish scoop.
Okay. So
I just kind of watch. Bye.
There we go. I ran faster than the coach has ever seen anybody run in his life.
Yeah, Brandon's going to, what? You ran fast enough that Coach Brandon came out of one of his hiding spots to look for a moment.
I've turned into Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
It's just a plume of smoke and an outline where your body was.
I never said Gadby was a brave man.
Yeah, yeah. So you see that roll there, the 6. That was the roll Crystal made to make the illusion on the area.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a very, very spooky, realistic illusion. I mean, if you're paying attention and treating it like going through normally, you're probably like, yeah, this is, oh, good effects. Whoa. You go off like you did.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure one, Gadby knows it's a hologram, but two, soon as you scream like that, your cover's blown. And the people who actually made the booth will know what kind of recordings they did for actual screams, and that probably wasn't one of them. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of there.
Yeah,
Get out, get out, get out.
after you left, there was a couple of Clint's friends poking their head out in zombie makeup, going like, well, what? What?
You just see a dude in yukata and get a click clacking down the way.
Oh my gosh.
So, our I want to do one more scene before we go back to Elizabeth. Chet, you're going to go. I guess you go in ahead while Torben and Aline are still chatting.
Yep.
Okay, so as you're moving along in the thing, you're kind of hearing the sound of an argument a little bit ahead, and you're hearing somebody rapid fire questions.
I'll try to take a listen in.
Give me a perception roll.
What? No, don't do that.
It's not a hard roll. That's plenty. Okay, so you're getting close enough to hear, and it's like, so how long have you been attracted to young women? And do your parents, the 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 owners of the Sawatoro Corporation, know about it yet?
Rosie?
And it's
Um,
not as nice as I am. Very aggressive. It's like, so I'm just wondering. I think, how long have you known about this? I mean, is this a first time thing? What did? How many of your friends around here have you kissed on the lips like that? You know, it's a very beautiful picture here. I'm sure it'll look great on the on the front page.
I'm not going to stand for that kind of thing because that sounds like somebody's getting outed against their will.
Yeah, and
I'm going to try to scare the shit out of this person and make them run.
mhm.
Get their picture first.
It's a cam. It's like a digital camera.
Steal the camera first.
Okay, so you're going to come in and oh, that's right. You're
I'm scary.
Go ahead, tell me what you're doing.
Well, I go through my bag, quickly like put on some of the worst makeup I have, like stuff that I have that I know is like way too much for everyday use.
Yep.
And
yeah.
I come on full on zombie mode. Like, but it looks like nothing from the haunted house.
Got it. Okay.
Would you? Would it be like? Oh God, what's the like? Marilyn Manson, like the like bright white and that sort of thing, or like what?
Probably bright white, and probably I probably have contact lenses that are completely black except for red centers.
Oh yes, very nice, very nice.
All right. So let's try to get this thing. What is it?
It's going to be a persuasion and scary.
So +4.
And actually, give me a quick craft roll first to see if you have an advantage on the.
Okay, hold on.
That is the makeup job to end all makeup jobs. That
Yes,
is a
yes,
success.
the Jesus out of him.
Huzzah! Critical success.
Good job.
I'll bump that.
Well, you have 2 free tags that you don't have to spend for, so yeah, you can definitely pump it.
I'm definitely making that a 9
Okay.
because I want her to drop that. I want her to drop her equipment.
Okay. Go ahead, and that's a 9. I have to roll Miki's willpower.
Mickey's don't get scared by this crap.
Okay.
Could you imagine the reporter got scared out of a high school haunted house? I mean, Gabby did, but Gabby's a wuss.
So that's a 9, right? And
yeah, that's a 9
versus a 3. That's a 6. What's her mental stress track? She has 5 mental stress. She's actually fairly resilient, mentally speaking, but that's more than 5. She is not a full player character, so she does not get the full round of 6 consequences. Yeah, there is sheer terror in her face. Um, um, I'm checking somebody else here. That's actually a -1. Let me check Jess. Because that first one should. Okay, that's a 2. Jess is actually a little bit better, but not as well as Miki came out. So you're seeing Jess is kind of blocking in front of Chico, who is kind of on the just completely frozen in I don't know what to do when you come out. And then you come out in full zombie mode and makeup, and every one of them just kind of shrieks at the top of their voice. The difference is with Jess, and since this is Okinawa and this particular form will be based off of what the people around her consider terrifying and disturbing, Jess turns into this sort of demonic form that uh, the most merges sheer arousal with sheer repulsion that just makes you feel a little bit bizarre. It's like a very kind of oddly. She seems to grow for a moment. She seems to grow about 1.5 feet, and such and like very sort of like those like a 4-armed woman with the second set of arms are skeletal and way too like video game sexy type look and shouting, "Don't hurt her!" And then
Does she look like Collie?
pretty much a little bit. No, she doesn't have any facial marks or anything. She just says, "Don't hurt her," and then momentarily after that, the image is gone, and everybody's I guess. What is Chet's reaction?
I don't know. Chet's a little. Chet probably hears it. I don't know if he notices it too much because he's not focused on them. He's focused on the reporter because he's trying to scare the crap out of her.
Right.
To get her stuff.
Right.
To make her bolt and drop her stuff.
Right. She definitely does that. She isn't even unaware of what's going on with Jess and the other thing. She just kind of stumbles back, drops her audio recorder, drops her digital camera, and sprints out of the door. And you turn around just in time to see this image starting to fade away like she's shrinking again. And starts looking. Let me go ahead and pull people over. That her eyes kind of look like, and we've already done the reporter clash, so I'll get to give you a brief look at that. And looks like that.
Oh.
Huh. If it's just that, it's like, huh.
That's
Neat.
what she does when the more horrific image goes away. You're kind of seeing the tail end of the more horrific image.
Huh.
Nice
Anyway,
context.
yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
maybe contacts, except the Solera are also purple. But we're gonna cut away there as we go back to Elizabeth.
Oh,
So,
hi.
Elizabeth, sorry I've been leaving you sitting so long.
Oh, no.
So, you're sitting here completely unaware of this. In about 2 minutes, you're going to get the surprise view of Gadby running shrieking back to the car.
And I just
You
like
just
fall
left.
into one of the chairs. Oh my, it was, and I'm just like holding up one finger, like give me a second. And then I dunk my head into the tank full of water, and there's bubbles.
Are there customers here?
Yeah, there are customers here.
So I sit up and I shake it off. I like put my hands through my hair and I go,
I'm so sorry, folks. Just give me 1 second. And I look at you. What is wrong with you?
I panicked.
Because of what?
Because and I'm like looking really embarrassed now.
Did the haunted house?
Don't say it. Don't give them the satisfaction. No.
You got
Don't.
scared.
Nope. No. Yes.
Little does he know.
They had okay. Listen, Prez. They had some kind of holographic projector that is way above my pay grade. It's probably something that my dad could afford as a fucking producer, but nobody here can get that sort of thing. It was really, really lifelike.
But you understand that it's an illusion.
Yes, but I screamed and they heard me and I had to get out of there because I snuck in and didn't pay for it. So yeah.
So you ran all the way here.
Yes.
All of the way.
Fuck.
And
I gotta go, and then I like step behind the booth so that the coach doesn't find me.
yeah. Okay. So, and I just realized I put Crystal, Jess, and Clint, all three on the same booth. They're all three. They're three of the 7 supernatural people in the setting in the system.
Oh, great.
Okay, but
Are you sure I'm not supernatural after that scare roll?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna continue managing the booth.
Yeah. As you're doing that, you start seeing this young woman, another student coming up with a kind of smile on her face. Well, isn't he a little bit? Isn't that little bit precious running? I mean, we kind of heard him coming from like mile away. It's not literally a mile. And Elizabeth, you're recognizing Piper Costas. And the main thing that everybody knows about Piper Costas is everyone remembers the self-portrait nude statue.
Okay.
Okay.
She is extremely exhibitionist. I mean, she's wearing clothes that are about as revealing as she can possibly get away with and still be in the rules.
The legal
So
amount
she's
required.
cosplaying?
So what you're saying is she's the chick in the anime that gets all the panty shots.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Would you say that she might be cosplaying as Yuko from Gurren Lagann?
Oh my god.
Don't
Well,
have
I'm just
anything.
there to.
She's not generally known as an otaku or a fan of any type. She is generally known as an attention addict, and
Got it.
she's a very good sculptor. But it's pretty well known that she's experienced.
I see. Meanwhile, I'm just there in like a t-shirt and an open flannel. I barely did my hair today. It's just like,
So this is your booth, I guess. With
yes,
with
quite
that,
evident by the fact that I'm sitting here.
yeah, with that. It's not quite up to par. I mean, we're over here in my where I am. We're kind of selling top end one of kind pieces of art. You're selling robot goldfish.
Yes. Are you here because you would like to buy some of the robot glowfish or tell me about your art pieces? One of the two.
I'm actually here to tell the people here about my art pieces so they can come and buy them. Actually not waste their time.
Oh, so you're here to poach. I see.
Yes, and this is going to be a contest, and the way this works is every round, and Gadby can come in and help too if he gets over his embarrassment.
I will say, can I see the coach anywhere?
Perception.
Can I see him anywhere?
Perception roll, because that would be a feat. Okay. So that's a 2. Oh, he does not have stealthy. He has hide in plain sight, which means his bonus to hiding is when he's staying still. So
Not when he's following somebody.
What is he, a cheetah?
You have a tie. Yes, you do see him coming. He also sees
you. He sees me?
He's going to see you ducking behind a thing, yes.
I'm like, that shit-eating grin that was on the guy's face in Iron Giant when the squirrel ran up his pant leg.
Yep.
That face? Go back in, grab my guitar, see Miss Panty Shot, and go, oh no, we also have music. And I pull the hair tie out and I shake my hair like flowing locks. It only comes down just past my shoulders, but just like shake it out and then just let a guitar riff go.
Okay.
Is it like Mercer style hair? Is that?
Oh, she works in wood, not stone. But anyway, is it like what?
Like Matt Mercer style hair?
Do you have?
Yeah, it's a lot like Matt. It's a little longer than Matt Mercer's, and it's like an auburn orangish red.
So is this like Matt Mercer's Sephiroth length hair?
No, it's not that long. No, when I say it's a little longer than Matt Mercer, it's like his shoulders, like to where his shoulders stop and his arms start.
Got it. Okay. So the way the contest works is both sides are going to compete, have a roll off that, and the first team that gets the 3 successes wins. You're going to have a little bit of an advantage over her because she's alone. Now, the way on each round, you can perform a maneuver to make it easier for you to make capitalize on something to get better on the contest. She can also do that. The downside she has is she's alone. If she fails the maneuver to help her contest, she doesn't get to roll the contest, and you just roll against her flat stat. You guys are a pair, so one of you can do the maneuver, and if you fail, it doesn't affect the other one.
I have an idea. Because I can manipulate people through music, right?
Yes, you can.
I want to start playing my guitar, and because she's in public and is a known exhibitionist, I want to make her strip to get in trouble because the coach is coming.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So yeah, come at me, bro.
Now you do can manipulate. This is going to be an unconscious one. That's why your sensitive is low. But go ahead and roll your sensitive. Your empathic is going to go along with it.
So +4. No,
It's
would
plus
it
one.
also be
It's going to start
maneuver?
out. It's going to start at +1. You're using it with
Okay.
music, so it's artist. So it's going to be a
Yes.
+3. You have an aspect that's actually fairly free. That you can choose to use either for a +2 or a reroll depending on what you roll. But to start with, you have a +3. So
Okay.
that's a 3. So you can either get a +2 or try to do a reroll. Generally, if you do not have a -2 on the dice, you don't want to go for reroll because you're
Can
more
I
like
bank it?
you cannot bank it. It's this.
How did people get like tags to bank?
Well, are you doing the main contest or are you doing the maneuver to help Elizabeth?
I I don't. I'm manipulating somebody. I didn't think it was. I don't know what would
Okay.
Elizabeth want.
Okay,
Are you going to compete?
Okay, so usually
I
the maneuver goes first. Let me explain the
Okay.
difference here. Okay, there are two kinds of roles that are going to be involved in this. One is an overcome, which is basically a skill roll. You're fighting against a difficulty or somebody else's roll. The other one's a maneuver. A maneuver creates an aspect. That aspect can be used as free fate points to help the next thing. So
I'm doing the maneuver.
You're doing the maneuver to manipulate her. You're egging on her exhibitionism.
Yes, I want her to strip.
Okay.
Which is not something that I thought I would ever say in my entire life of a character, NPC or otherwise.
Okay, so we already established that you know about Costas's more than a little bit. She's an exhibitionist sculptor. She works in wood, and more than a little bit of an attention addict. So yeah, these are known aspects. You're going to be placing tags on them. So what you're going to do is you rolled a 3. You can get a +2 on that.
Okay.
If you want. And that's generally the more reasonable one. Then I have to roll her willpower to see how she resists it.
And can I hang on to those ones for the next roll, or is this a one-time?
This is just a second. This is creating the tags you can use to hang on to.
Then no, I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to hang on to them in case Elizabeth needs them.
Just a moment. The one that's connected to your empathic thing, where it says skill mastery, that is free. You can use it on every roll that it applies to for free. That's what the little P.
Wait, which one is that one?
Where it says powers, power advantages.
Okay, yeah.
You see that little P at the end there?
Mm-hmm.
I should have explained that. Sorry, I forgot. That means
it's all right.
I'm a bad teacher. Sorry.
You're good. No, you're good.
Yeah. That means it's persistent, which means the basic uses of getting a reroll or a +2 are free. You don't have to pay anything for them. You can use them on any time that aspect applies. So you can turn that 3. You can turn that 3 into a 5, no problem.
But that would use up the tags, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't. Because
then turn it into a 5.
Yeah. Because that persistent is a reusable tag, basically.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's a 5 now.
Yes. Okay, so she has to roll willpower to see how well she resists that. Because you're kind of doing a striptease number. I'm guessing consciously he's mocking her and doing the kind of striptease number.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's a tie. So,
can I use one of the tags now?
No, you haven't actually created them yet, but what you can do is use one of your fate points on you can use one of your fate points on empathic rock musician and turn yours into a 7.
How many fate points do I have?
4.
okay, fuck it, I'll use one of them because this is gonna be epic.
Yeah.
So I edit this to make fate point 3 then.
Yes.
Or-
Well, no. I usually keep track. No, don't edit it. I keep track. I usually
got
keep
it.
track.
Got it. Okay.
There
Yes,
are
no,
there are
I-
5 people in this, so I didn't stop to make the little dots that I usually do. But
That's okay. You're good.
so I usually just keep track of it on the map. But you have
Got
3
it.
right now, and I would have offered you, given the fact that you went running out of the last scene, I'm going to give you a fate point for that, so you're actually at 4 because that cancels.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
when bad
Yes.
stuff happens to you, you get fate points back. Kind of a little bit like story points in Doctor Who is how they work.
Amazing.
So,
And I don't want it to be full on like porno music,
No,
but
I will tell you right.
definitely suggestive music.
I'm going to tell you right now. You're empathic. You can toy with emotions a little bit. Until he becomes aware of what he can do, he's not going to be able to affect free will. He can influence.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, of course not. But I'm
Yeah.
saying the music that I'm using isn't full on. Like
Right.
I'm doing this to goad her because I know her bad reputation.
Right.
Actually, isn't there a song called "Bad Reputation" or something like that?
There is, and I'm also thinking of one of the songs on the first Tomb Raider movie soundtracks that is extremely implicit themes.
What song is that? I need to find it now. I hang out with a gamer. I've heard this song.
Okay, Tomb Raider soundtrack.
The Tomb Raider the movie?
Yeah, I think it's deep.
By 9 Inch Nails? Or too deep? Yes, by 9 Inch Nails. Okay, hold on. That's the song. That is the song indeed. Yes. As soon as I heard the first riff to it, that's the song.
Yeah. Okay. So she definitely kind of really is getting into that song and kind of not noticing how into it she's getting. And so, Elizabeth, you're treated to a sight of Piper starting to grind. So you have that. You have that.
On someone?
You have that tag right there. You can choose to use it, or you can choose to save it for a time to save yourself later. And she's sitting here saying, "Yeah, and I have these wonderful pieces of art." She's showing her that little wooden sculpture, and she's doing something that's vaguely obscene with it without really realizing it.
Can I? Oh God, imagery, out of my head.
It's a statue. I don't want to know where it's a statue of a person, but I don't want to know what she's doing with it. Just imagine the worst possible thing.
Okay, trust me, I my mind is vivid enough.
Yeah, same.
Can I? Is this another role?
This is the contest. This is where we decide who wins this round. So you're going to tell me what Elizabeth's counter to her trying to show off how beautiful her art is. And she has something called craft passion of the artist, which lets her use her craft in place of persuasion when seducing someone using your art as a prop.
Can I use practiced at logic and reasoning?
Oh, definitely you can.
Wow. And can I add in, I don't know how this works, but I have legal, which gives me a bonus to social interaction and school rules.
Yes, you can. Oh my goodness, your reasoning is huge.
I'm gonna quote from the book, Law 3 subsection 5 clearly states that you can't, all while the teacher is coming up to us right now.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you practice that logic and reasoning is an aspect. You spend a fate point to activate it to make it give you a bonus. Save
Okay.
that for if you need it, but you definitely have it. Go ahead, roll your reasoning, which is a monstrous 4. Oh my goodness, I forgot Elizabeth was a friggin' genius.
Kick ass, Prez, kick ass.
Hi. Okay, that's 2.
But you've got stuff to bank on it. You can use those.
Wait to see what Piper rolls before you decide.
Okay.
She is using her wood carving artist, and no, it's when creating it, not when using it. She's using.
Oh,
her
but
craft.
I didn't add.
Yeah,
I didn't add the
Elizabeth should be a
+4 for
+6.
legal ego.
So you have
So
an
it
extra
should be a
plus.
+6.
So
So it's 4.
No, it's a +2 for legal eagle, so it's a total of 4 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she got a 3. Right now, you are winning. You have 1 victory. If you pull either a fate point on practice at logic and reasoning, or you pull that tag on gotta put on a show, you win with you succeed with style and get 2 victories.
Yeah.
I will use that tag.
Okay.
So I'll. Yeah.
So, and I should be doing this on the goldfish thing, but I'm already here, so okay. Let's see. Oh. And she obviously looks a little bit annoyed and kind of gets pulled out of the mood a little, and that's why the tag goes away. It's like, you're going to bring up rules? This isn't about rules, this is about art. Haven't you ever wanted to feel anything? What do people feel coming over here just toying with your goldfish?
Honey, I'm sure you've felt plenty toying with your wood.
Oh, yes, I have.
I'm feeling violated on several levels. I think you're making all of our customers feel that way too, Piper.
I told you the NPCs would go towards their darker nature when they're NPCs. Go ahead and what are you continuing with the music, Gadby?
Yes. I'm just trying to find another one because that song just cut out, like it just ended, so I'm trying to find another one. This is a great soundtrack. I'm gonna need to buy this.
Oh my goodness, it is. It is beautiful. It is a wonderful, thrumming, energetic, passionate soundtrack. Can you tell
for
I'm a virgin?
mostly mediocre movie?
Yeah. They got a lot of good talent on that. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, but no, I am continuing to play music. After that one, just like something that's got some. I use my craft because it's really good to like bump up the bass, and so you like I know this is probably not the best for attracting customers, but this is targeted at
You
the
can
slutty girls.
you can using the craft and focusing on the technician will probably mean you can't bring in your skill mastery, but your craft is already
Really?
high. Yes, because you're starting to focus away from the emotion and more on the technique.
Oh, then
But-
never mind.
But you still have a +5
I have a +5 if I'm doing craft.
because artist guitar,
Ah, okay.
which
Alrighty.
still has the problem that it's marked as for illusions for some reason I do not understand.
Okay. I'm going to find a really
Oh,
good
I understand.
song.
It's copy pasta.
Actually, let's go with so I don't sit here the entire time. Same soundtrack from Tomb Raider. It's 11 Absurd Whitewash Edit. What it's called. It's got at least the sound anyway is pretty good. So I'm gonna drop a link. It's hot. So it's +5.
+5, yes.
Yeah, +5.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah.
This is amazing.
I'm in my own little world. This is now my rock stage.
Fudge and
Like I've got one foot with a geta on top of an amp, and I am just like rocking out to this.
Okay. See, this is why Akiras are dangerous, is because they do this without realizing it. Okay. I could be really mean and invoke that, but anyway, actually yes. You're beating her
What?
by 6. I'll give you a fate. I'm going to give you a fate point because
Cool.
she's starting to dance around. It's like you've got to be free, and sort of takes off her top.
Is the teacher around?
Yes, he's
Is
coming.
the teacher around? As she just like I'm guessing she ain't wearing a bra.
No.
Great.
So I'm going to
Good
roll.
times.
I'm going to roll something here, and fortunately, she's equipped to deal with the social backlash of this. Okay, so rolling craft passion of the artist because she still got that piece of that wooden carving of hers, and artist wood carving because she's still doing stuff with it. Actually,
Oh.
she's not doing anything completely obscene, dirty. It's just implication. She's not unintelligent. So
Well, I mean, I can think of some things you can do with a wood carving while
yeah.
still keeping your bottoms on. That's pretty implicit.
So she's got, and my carvings. Now I'm not going to throw in my carvings carry my soul because she's being a little bit influenced on this. So I am going to give this as a +5. So she rolled a 4 there, and then let's see. She has it's going to be persuasion again, and exhibitionist plus no, it's willpower specifically. +2 bonus to willpower, social, or mental defenses when using her own outrageous behavior to deflect attacks on her esteem and reputation. She's actually defending it against herself, but
See technicality.
okay. Piper has successfully avoided dealing social stress to herself. This will have no effect on her reputation.
My
Her
God.
reputation is
No, this
that
rather
bad.
fits the reputation, but that's the point.
This is people are looking. It's like kind of looking away. It's like, oh, it's her. It's like, Miss Costas, I think you've forgotten yourself. It's like, but before we get on to that, she's definitely got you definitely got 2 tags on. Got to put on a show. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I did not think
Is
this
the
game.
teacher there?
The teacher is there. The teacher is there. Elizabeth, give me what you're doing just before the teacher shows up.
I mean, how much do I need to do?
Point.
Just point. Just like I do like I finish with a flourish and just point like look what she did.
So I have teacher's golden check.
Yes,
What
you
does
do.
that do?
Oh.
Yeah, for that actually, and given how badly she failed, and that's there. Give me a fate point, and she just loses this round, and you've succeeded the whole contest.
You have it.
Okay, so yeah, they're sitting here, kind of looking past you, kind of shocked and uncertain what to do. Actually, you're probably not that shocked because Piper's never disrobed. She put a wooden statue of her naked body out in, about a life-size naked statue of her out in the school courtyard one day. Just put it out there before everybody came in. So everybody coming into in the morning saw it. That's rather famous. But you've never actually seen her disrobe in public. And then Brandon is like, oh, looking a little bit embarrassed and looking like, I have paperwork to do now. It's like,
Is that the coach?
yes, Miss Costas, I think you've forgotten yourself. And she kind of looks around and looks down. And I want to try her willpower real quick.
Can I just give her a cheeky wink and a
Yeah.
great big old dimpled smile?
Give me a persuasion roll.
It's not for anything.
Got it. No,
It's
no.
just,
I'm using this to determine how much of a shock to her system this is.
oh, wonderful. This is persuasion. Do I add anything to it?
Your empathy possibly. So 3, and
Okay.
that's going to add in
5.
5. So she's taking some stress. She is not taking a consequence. She looks a little bit embarrassed. It's like, glances over her shoulder at Elizabeth, and I guess I gotta go. See you later, honey. And starts kind of putting back on her shirt, looking a little annoyed. But
We won't miss you.
Oh my goodness. I have never actually used Piper in this scenario before.
This is amazing. I am just like, I put the guitar down and go, Prez, you're fucking incredible. That was amazing. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. It was rather disturbing. I saw much more than I really needed to of Piper.
Well, I mean, who hasn't her tits on display? I mean, the statue and all that.
This is
She
true.
exaggerated a little bit.
Everybody
It's
saw
never
the
been
statue.
quite. It's never been quite that close to me.
Me either. But you were great. You were really great. That was amazing. And he's completely ecstatic.
Okay.
I don't know what music you were playing, but it seemed quite appealing to her.
You can thank Chet for that.
Chet.
Yeah. Apparently video game movies have some pretty good tunes.
Okay. On that good segue, let's cut back to Chet, Torben, and Aline. Chet's there. Miki Kwan has flown the coop. There was after a triple scream that's quite a bit different than the normal screams that were coming out of the haunted house.
Wait, so there was Gadby, Miki, and who else was the scream?
Gadby screamed, and then Miki, Chico, and Jess. Well, Chico didn't. Chico is in blue screen of death mode, but Jess, because Chico's so terrified of not matching her parents' image of her that she's in BDSM. Jess is in close to it, but she wasn't the direct target, so she was aware enough to scream and freak out and show some of her power that she didn't know about. So she screamed and Miki screamed, so that's 2 people. But Aline and Torben, you hear a scream from inside.
Well, they're all screaming. I pick up the reporter's gear. I delete the audio right away.
Got it.
I take out whatever little note-taking device she had. Pull up the files that was she was doing for the report. Delete them. Take an image of just my black eyes with the red dots, and put them, but disguise them as the other file.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
You're evil.
And with a simple message: don't you dare.
Give me a
Should this be an intimidate roll?
Oh, it is an intimidate roll. It is a long distance intimidate roll. I'm just give me a moment. You're going to be persuasion because that's what intimidate is. Um, for the technical issues, can you give me a quick craft roll? It's not
All
difficult,
right.
so a +2 should be fine.
I hope. Even if I can't change it, I'll still delete everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that
No,
was
stop
amazing,
that.
Luke. Just thank you for that last scene.
I wanted to use somebody as a bully that wasn't Clint for once.
Clint's a tool.
Against Gadby, you cannot win.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, definitely you are able to change everything around very easily. It's a simple. It's a simple smartphone, and it's about like real life laptops. You're familiar with it. You do actual video game programming, so even though you don't have advantages to it, difficulties related to it are lower for you because of some of the aspects you have. So that's how I use aspects, by the way. In addition to you being able to use fate points to make them give you a bonus, I look at your aspects when I'm designing difficulties. So people that have appropriate aspects get lower difficulty from me to what they're trying to do. Anyway, so you're able to do that quite well. Give me the persuasion scary roll.
All right.
Is the long distance aspect of it mitigated in any way by the use of visual props and so forth?
Uh, that's calling it that's being included in here. So basically, the next time Miki comes to claim her phone and try or her device, whatever it is, and tries to start picking through it, she's going to have to make a willpower roll against a 5.
Okay, cool.
Now,
I can make it a 7.
You can if you want to. What do you?
I will, because I really don't like what she did.
Okay, I so want her to be a player and be a good guy, but I randomly rolled she was the bad guy. I have avoided using Miki as the bad guy for so long. This is like the seventh or eighth time I've run this. I've avoided using her as the bad guy till now. Okay.
Yeah, because I really don't appreciate what she did.
Yeah. I'm guessing which aspect are you going on? I'm guessing the conviction aspect almost.
Let me just make sure on that. Yeah, we can go with that. Technically, even the faux aspect, because it says I'm gothy.
I'm gothy and stuff. Stop ignoring me. Then the conviction action is I do what I will. Technically, you could spend fate points on both of them because they both apply, and you could make that into a 9.
How many do I have right now?
I believe you spent 1 in the first scene. So you're at 3 right now. I haven't done anything terrible to you yet. So yeah, you're at 3 right now.
I'll drop both. I really don't like her.
Okay. So the next time Miki picks up her device, picks it up from Lost and Found, she gets hit with a Strength 9 Intimidation.
Well, if she tries to continue that report, if she just leaves it alone, she'll never know it.
This is true. Okay. Anyway,
and now I'm just like now I just look at the girls and Clint and I just kind of smile.
Yep. So you're seeing it. You're kind of see it out of the corner of your eye. Just a moment, there was like it looked like Jess was bigger than you've known her to be, and had 4 arms. I usually do a more stereotypical demon woman form for her, but I decided since this is Okinawa, I went a little bit odd. But you're pretty sure you didn't see that? It's like this must be the like haunted house thing or something that.
No, I'd be fine with that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, I'll give you I'll give you a fate point if you start spouting off some nonsense that you are absolutely sure of what she is.
I'll take it, but I'm not actually sure what to say in that aspect.
Just start
Other than it's wrong.
randomly spouting off about Jin, probably.
All right. I'll go up to him, and I don't take the makeup off because I think it's fine. I'm fine with my look. I like Jin or not. Everyone deserves to come clean, to come out when they feel like it, when they're ready. Don't let anyone pressure you.
But give me a quick persuasion roll, and this is the problem. You think you're being persuasive and friendly. This is actually an attack. That's why I gave you the fate point.
Oh no.
And this is after you make this roll is when Aline and Torben get to come in. But go ahead and give me the persuasion roll real quick. And you're adding scary.
It's threatening to them to have their secret out, or is that
No, because I look like a scary motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take off my makeup.
They don't recognize him immediately.
Damn.
They probably will in a minute or two.
Plus, giving somebody a couple of people who are having identity. Oh, you rolled weak. That's good.
Yeah, it's like no. Once they see me smile and they hear my voice, it's like, oh, it's him.
Yeah. Okay, so Jess is a tie. She's a little bit concerned. It's like because you just called her because she thinks you just called her a Jen. Isn't that some kind of monster? Now Chico has a severe mental consequence right now. I didn't actually make the rolls. I just decided what was happening going on behind screens. Chico is in BDSM mode. She's in a severe mental consequence. She actually needs a week or two to calm down. Let's see.
A week or two?
Wait, I'm confused.
No, okay.
So,
just the
when you say she's BDSM, do you mean she's a dom or a sub? Does that mean she needs
not
aftercare?
BDSM.
What does that mean?
I'm using the wrong acronym. Blue screen of death. BSOD.
Oh, yeah, no, BDSM is different.
Yes, it is.
Significantly different.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you need aftercare.
That was me my brain forgot the term and edited it in a acronym of the same length. This happens to me when I forget words. And I usually
No, that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Remember, I kept calling the zucchini bread banana bread earlier today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, trust me, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I'll look when I see their slightly freaked out face. I'm like, oh fuck.
Let me roll Chico. Miki did a real job on Chico. She's got a 2. However, she also has a severe consequence. I am going to give her a -2, so she actually takes more stress and starts. I don't. No, don't. I don't. There's nothing to come out about that. That's the girl with the elven ear type things. There's nothing to come out about. I don't know what she's talking about. And starts going off to a corner. And Jess, who's usually the damsel in distress in this scenario, and I decided to change that up for once, is freaked out because of she's been noticing things about herself that she's been trying to deny. And so, did you call me a monster or something? What? Huh?
No.
Okay.
A genie.
Okay, Aline and Torben, you come in on this.
Okay, so Chico's in a corner. Jess is freaking out. Chet's wearing makeup. I'm not questioning that. It's understandable. Chet, what the heck is going on?
I have no reason to lie. Um, the reporter was kind of her questioning was incredibly inappropriate.
You
So
mean
I decided,
me?
yeah,
Miss Kwan,
Oh.
yes.
Miss
How
Miss
so?
Kwan's.
She's probably been pissing people off ever since she got on site. Because she does not
I'm
want to be here. Did not want to be here.
I can't say. That's not for me to say the content.
I
Just accept it at that.
Yeah. I would
But
also
she needed to be stopped.
Yeah. I would also note that Jess's eyes, and Jess isn't aware of this, Jess's eyes are very clearly not human.
I'm sorry, they're what?
Very clearly not human. The pupils are star shaped, like a four-pointed star.
Okay, so she's still showing that aspect.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And her lips are lavender, and like the sclera of her eyes. Go on.
did you get into costume as well? Peering at the new visage that she has going.
I'm 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 not due
I look at her quickly and just go and just kind of nod.
I'm not due to be in costume for another hour. And she immediately kind of gasped and looks at her eyes and starts digging around for a mirror.
Also, the girl in the corner, is she visibly traumatized, or does it look like she's just
She
taking a
is
moment?
she is visibly
Sobbing?
traumatized. Yes.
Okay. Should we get um should we get your parents perhaps, or do you
No,
need?
no, 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 no. Not my.
Can I use my
Go on.
my psychology to figure out maybe what is going through this person's mind, how they're feeling?
Yes, you can, Lean. Go ahead and give me that roll. I also noticed this is supposed to be the lighthearted thing, and I just hit the emotional content of it.
Um,
I apologize.
okay, so it
Okay.
would be knowledge or empathy.
This would be empathy. Empathy is reading a person. Knowledge is knowing a little bit, is being able to. Reasoning would probably be to analyze it, but empathy would be reading the emotions and such. It probably is
Yeah.
uh, more related to the thing.
Yeah.
You can
All right.
also
So
you also have see the soul, so you can spend one fate point on that. And you might get extra benefit out of it.
okay. And this would be a maneuver, not a knowledge, an overcome roll, correct?
Right. So you're getting empathy plus natural empath, and I'm going to
Or
go ahead and say smooth over. So you're getting a +6 to this roll.
okay.
And
And
just to
then whatever fate dice puts into it, correct? If I spend that?
You're not spending. Oh, you spend a fate point to activate See the Soul. Yes, if you want to.
Okay. All right.
just to calm things down a bit, I visibly start taking off the makeup because now I realize how creepy I actually am.
Okay.
So then there's a tag onto that. Is that something I save for later, or
It's usually something you save for later, and it'll be useful. It's
okay?
basically it acts as a free fate point. Um,
Okay. I got a 7.
okay, so you got a 7. Let me roll deception here because they're trying to hide their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So you succeeded with style. Now, normally with success with style on this, um, you would get 2 tags, but because you did see the soul, you get 3. So you are
Okay.
able to immediately identify. This is actually that identify both the girls are having identity crises. Different
Mm-hmm.
kinds of identity crises, but they are both having identity crises.
Okay. Is there anything in my training that would tell me how to deal with that, especially with two people at the same time? Because that's where I'm struggling as a player as well. Is who should I go to try to assist? You know?
Okay, so as a teacher, and actually this is my field of expertise.
Yeah, you know all about this biz.
Okay, as a teacher, and as a teacher, you would know you're not actually professionally trained to deal with any of the deep issues, but you can actually move to calm them down, and you can probably work to calm both of them down, especially with as well as you've identified the problem. What you can do is calm them down for now and set them up to be able to talk to later. You're fairly aware that Chico is concerned about being revealed to her parents, and that's easy because it kind of obvious. You would probably have known Chico tends to define herself on what her parents want her to be.
Okay.
And so, and there would be privacy things to protect if that is the thing, privacy laws. So go ahead and now you can do a persuasion roll.
Okay, so that's 2. And try to see if there's anything else to add. Would I add
You would add
my
smooth over. You would add smooth
well?
over.
Okay.
So that's +4. So that's a 6.
Good
Let's.
roll.
Yeah, that is a really good roll. Let's see. They both have a willpower of 2. So they are starting to calm down. You've got a full success. They were rather stubborn in their freak out, but you're getting a full success. You have not spent those tags yet. You can spend. Actually, if you spend even one of them, you get success with style on both of them.
Okay, yeah, let me do that.
Which leaves you with 2 more tags in case anything comes up that you need to do later. In a longer term campaign, this would be where I have more time to do a particular scene like this. That would be very useful. You are able to do it with just 1 tag with that roll. So you're able to get them calmed down with they're both kind of starting to calm down. Now the main issue here is you are very able to Chico's identity crisis, judging by some of what she's saying and a little some what she's not saying, or some of the glances she gives, kind of confused glances she's giving towards the other girl. You're fairly able to understand what Chico's identity crisis is, and between is sexuality plus wondering what her parents will think of her.
Right, right.
Now, the problem with Jess is you're able to identify that she did not expect to see her eyes like that. So that is a situation that you don't know how to deal with.
Right.
Because that's not something that the while psychic phenomena is known about, non-humans aren't. And
Right.
unfortunately, the 2 quote-unquote experts in the room with you aren't really experts, but just think they are.
Would I have reason to think that maybe it's like some sort of genetic manifestation of a psychic ability, like a physical adaptation? Because apparently I think that the whole reason people are being psychic now is due to evolution.
Yeah. Give me a reasoning roll.
Am I blind? Because I don't see reasoning on my page.
It's the second line of abilities. It's a 3.
Oh, right there. I just looked right over it. Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Ugh,
Okay. You have never heard of a genetic. You've heard of alteration. You've heard of genetic mutations that involve hair color. That's why you can get naturally blonde Japanese people.
Yeah.
Even without genetic modding. Um, but you have not heard of a mutation that involves changing the shape of the eyes like this, or the color of the sclera. And judging by the color of her lips, her blood's likely a different color than red.
Okay.
So this is well outside of you're able to come to those, but you're well outside your comfort range on that. Okay. Torben and Chet, give me knowledge rolls and add occultist.
Oh, this would be great. We're going to screw this girl up for life.
Oh, dear. Well, at least you're coming at her when she's a little bit more calm, so there's that.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of hoping you'd take the ancient history teacher because she really does know about this stuff. But it's really good you chose Aline, because Aline's good at calming people down.
What role is this?
It's going to be knowledge and occults.
Yours is in the name of occultism.
That would be persuasion. Yeah, I'll let you do with the name of occultism. That works. Yeah.
In the name of occultism, I am Captain Crackpot.
It's actually a debating thing. It's if you are able to express something you very clearly believe in, then you sound reasonable to it. So Torben Belinos.
You're a djinn. He's a djinn. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. No problem.
Yeah. Chet thinks very clearly that she's either djinn or at least djinn related. You're a genie. Haha. Obviously, all supernatural entities are some kind of genie.
That's not even true for somebody who doesn't even know.
Yeah. But
that's like stereotypical Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I know it is, but you're obviously more reasonably off base than I am going, because you rolled a 6, so you're convincing. So the argument you're convincing yourself of, though it's completely based in nonsense, has some strong points. Torben, you were rolling on occults. You don't have access to things like the full community would do, but at least you're operating off of actual, rumors and such. You've heard of rumors of, non-human species, and you know that because everybody knows that Jess is adopted. And what you're thinking is that she's some kind of changeling, that a non-human, you might think alien, but I don't know. You don't have to think that. Some sort of non-human genetic some genetic offshoot, other species, which is kind of accurate, that got into the child welfare service by accident, some way.
That makes
We're
sense.
so messing up this child.
Torben's is actually a lot closer than yours, but still going to have some freaky inaccuracies. So go ahead and express what you said out in your character's speeches.
I honestly I don't even know what to say, because I don't know enough out of character about what he would know.
Oh.
Even if it's bad.
Just describe in general terms, then you don't have to use word for word.
Hey, Luke.
Yes?
Check out this tour.
What was that? Oh! That's cute, Joe. That's really cute.
Right?
Okay, so Chet, you can think about just give a general description of your argument. You don't have to give specific words, but I'll have Torben go first. Torben, what are you saying?
I'm basically citing different other blogs that I've been in contact with about oh, there's different races and whatnot, and maybe you're one of those, and that's really cool. And did you know before? And I basically pull out my phone and I start making notes.
Do I hear all this?
Yes, you do. They're doing this out loud. You're right there.
Okay, I'm gonna look over and be like, "What the hell are you guys talking about? Shut up! She doesn't need to hear whatever crackpot insanity that you're trying to spew. Leave the girl alone. She needs to figure some stuff out."
This is not crackpot insanity. This is deeply held family beliefs.
What family has beliefs like that? What are you talking about?
Mine.
Well, I met your parents. I don't remember them expressing anything quite this.
He's actually third generation goth.
Yep, you've met my parents. They've expressed exactly this kind of thing.
Like, oh, so they actually do believe in
They believe
other.
they believe in the supernatural. Yeah, they have a very complex belief of what the supernatural is. It's all wrong, but they have a very complex belief of what the supernatural is.
So now I've been telling her like, okay, you're a Jinn. This is what they do. Most don't actually grant wishes. The two that do, one's benevolent and one's tortures you forever. I don't think you're that one.
Give her a moment to adjust to the changes on her face before you start throwing other, and I make air quotes, facts at her. Let's not make this harder on Jess than it needs to be. Okay?
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Because I just feel like throwing all the information at her right now is just going to make her freak out again.
Okay. Because yeah, but Jess is kind of really not certain about what they are. However, Aline, there are two people on your in this booth. There's Crystal Osprey and there's Clint Fairbold.
Okay.
Name one you would want to show up right now, and depending on whether which one it is, I will either give you a fate point or take a fate point. I'll give you a fate point if it's the wrong one. I'll take a fate point if it's the right one.
Do I know both of these people? I know Clint. I know he's a dick face.
Yes.
What do I know about the other person?
Crystal is the one that set up all the illusions around the place.
I want to see Clint get ripped into by the goth kid, so I'm going to say Clint.
Good. I'm going to take a fate point because Crystal does real stuff but doesn't know what she's actually doing. She's a self-taught mystic and shaper, but she doesn't use the right term. She just found a book at a garage sale and taught herself.
I thought she would be the better choice.
Clint comes in talking. It's like, oh, Mom, why do you have to come by? We're all fine. Is something going on back here? And Clint comes in along with his mother, who is this rather plain looking woman. She's kind of slender. Her teeth look a little sharp, and there's like red marks on her face. The one on her forehead looks a little bit like a bun, and um, then she's got what look like those twisty kind of donuts coming from each cheek down along her neck.
She has these markings on her face daily. They're not
Yeah, you've looked at them. You've seen her a couple times, and every time she leaves, you convince yourself they're tattoos. But when you see her again, it's skin coloration.
mm-hmm. Okay.
It's like, um, well, come on, it's a big day, and besides, I want to see how everybody's liking the food. And she comes around and looks, and kind of does a double take at Jess. It's like, okay, let's see, and looks around. I haven't done this in a while, and I don't suppose whoever set up the the shapings, the illusions, can make something that gives us a little bit of privacy. And I'm going to say, Chris, that you can get to Crystal then, and Crystal will. It does have a someone else's problem field that will make people ignore the haunted house.
Hmm.
That's one of her rituals.
That's handy.
Yeah, she has two rituals.
Uh,
One is spooky phenomena, and the other one is someone else's problem field.
Perfect for pranks.
Yeah. And after that, Clint's mother is going to start trying to think very carefully about how to word things. She's obviously not a professional on this, but she's obviously knows what's going on and doesn't want to mess it up.
Do the normies feel anything when the spell is enacted?
I think everybody kind of notices because there is when you actually see Crystal doing it. I mean, you've never actually looked at what Crystal does before,
Mm-hmm.
but when she does it this time, and Clint's mother tells her to do it a little bit quickly, there is a soft green glow that comes from Crystal that goes into the circle she put on the floor. And then afterwards, people just seem to not see the area.
Hmm. Okay. You go on.
And then Aline, give me a quick, give me a quick empathy roll. Actually, give me an educational psychology roll with knowledge.
So you said
I'm wrapping it up. Right now. This is going to be the end. Just give me it's knowledge plus your doctorate educational psychology. So for you, that's a
4.
4.
Okay.
Oh,
5.
wow. Okay. Well, actually, that's an average roll for you.
And I also still have I have one more
Oh, you have,
pagan.
and their verses off Identity Crisis. Those will both work. You can use both of those to jump it to a 9, just since this is the last bit of the scene.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to help her. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you figured out she knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to help her kind of try to explain what's happening. And Torben and Aline, you get to sit and listen to a kind of summarized and what you feel is a heavily censored of anything of the very, very bad parts of succubus history.
Mm. So I guess like I'm more or less just trying to translate it to the girls so that they don't freak out.
Yeah. And
Mm.
the mother's not one. She's she kind of implies that some member of her species made the succubi out of humans
Whoa.
and displays, some red glow and calls herself the demoness of baking.
A demoness of baking?
Yes, she's the demoness of baking.
When mental note to explore that later.
And when she says that, Clint kind of goes, "Ah," and tries to leave the room.
I give Clint like a shut up kind of look. He's seen it before.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to get a nice description of what the history of the species is and try to calm down and explain things to Jess. Chico's in there kind of listening in on this as well. So, and probably getting you the mother, who's, I've never named her, I need to give her a name, and you are both being able to make sure Chico is not neglected as well. And let's see, what is the wrap up for Elizabeth and Gadby? Do you think you connect back with the other rest of the group, or what is your epilogue?
All the other booths customers, because that one chick is too busy trying to figure out why she stripped naked. That's a definite.
Gadby, would you be willing to go back to the hunt?
I guess they would notice that their friends have been gone for like a minute, right?
For a while, yeah. And you could maybe, when the next shift of people come, you can start heading out to the to where the haunted house is. Okay.
Oh, we never got to be on TV. That was the whole thing.
Yeah. Give me a willpower roll, Gadby.
I don't know if they're there. Chestnut?
I think Chestnut went to go clean a dish.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not there right now.
Okay. So I will, I guess, roll for Gadby. Let's wait a little bit on that. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is, depending on whether Gadby goes with you or not, and let's see, I'm going to actually just quick roll for it. I think probably, Chestnut can edit this for me when she gets back or not, but with that roll, probably...
I'm not a she, but yeah, I'm back.
They, go ahead.
I wasn't sure.
What was it that you were, what was going on?
Okay, so now that you're here and I didn't realize you were gone before, what would you say?
Yeah, it was taking a while, so I was starting on dinner.
Sorry about that. Go ahead and
That's
tell...
fair.
I'm wrapping up, so I was going to ask what your and Elizabeth's epilogue was, and Elizabeth is going back to find the haunted house, and somebody brought up that you were never on TV. So I'm going to ignore that roll I just did.
Wait, what? Why was I never on TV?
Because we haven't gotten there yet. So here's the question. When Elizabeth goes on to the haunted house, would Gadby go with her, or would he stay around to wait for the Adrian Rocha to show up?
Why did Elizabeth go to the haunted house?
After
because they haven't come back.
I would have figured it's a conspiracy theorist in a haunted house. It's a school event. They'll be fine. This is our one big shot. You guys should have been here. I'm sure I texted you as soon as I saw the van. But I would have been at the thing to be on TV.
Okay. So
I mean, I wouldn't take much convincing.
Yeah.
This is... I got the guy's business card. I wanted to be on television.
So here's the so Elizabeth, would you stay along with, or would you go to the haunted house just to make sure?
I'd stay.
Okay, so Elizabeth and Gadby both miss out on the lengthy explanation of the supernatural that they get from that the others are getting from the demoness of baking.
I think that might be best.
That'll be an interesting conversation for the Breakfast Club later, and we're going to call that an end.
It's going to be a great blog article, though.
Wait, so that was it?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes from 6, and this is a 4-hour thing, so this has gone over long. I would usually, at this point, one of the options is to do a contest with all the players, taking turns to see if just running against somebody else to see how many titles their booth can get. But that will take us a little bit long time, and it's kind of drawn out for something that's just. I think with the display with Piper and all that, and the television, your booth is getting top booth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, yeah, that's not what I was. I was just sitting waiting for our turn. Like, I understand there was plot happening over there. I'm like,
okay, do you want to?
okay, what's the hook? What's the hook to get us to come back in? Because
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
we have no reason to go other than wow, it's taken a while. It's maybe been about an hour.
I know.
Conspiracy theorists and the video gamer, they're fine.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a weird way to end this. Usually everything ends with everybody in one place. But you're right. There isn't really a hook to bring you over. If you want, we can skip ahead to epilogue the day a couple days later with people talk with everybody talking it out. But
yeah, that would be better, I think, because otherwise, I feel
a little
sorry. I feel a little cheated.
Okay, sorry then. We'll skip ahead. So let's assume that Chet and Torben and maybe Aline have talked to Gadby about Gadby and Elizabeth about what they learned about the supernatural and Jeskara being a succubus, and apparently Chico is being maybe they would probably would not talk about Chico, but talk about the supernatural anyway, and assume they have explained all that. What is Elizabeth's and Gadby's reactions?
So I don't even know how to begin to. First, you don't come back to the booth, so we're stuck there all the time. And then you tell us this.
You guys missed out on being on TV. I had to explain how these little widgets worked, and I broke one of the fucking goldfish. I didn't know how it worked. You made me look bad on television. Where were you? I'm not worried about Betty Crocker, the evil witch, okay?
That wasn't why I was late. That was something that happened, but that's not why I was late.
Why were you late?
I had to deal with something. I had to help someone in there. I can't talk about it.
Why? We're friends. Why?
It's not my thing to talk about.
All right, I respect that. But yeah, you guys really left it. You, Torben, dude.
Yeah, he has no excuse.
You have no excuse. You were supposed to be watching us watching the booth, you know?
Well, there was a slight existential crisis going on. I think it was a little more important than the passing fancy of being on TV for a student fair.
As well, a certain someone was wrong about a book.
Okay, you guys missed the coolest showdown between me, the Prez, and Piper, and it went off. And that's on you guys to have missed it.
I think we got her suspended. I think she
We
got herself suspended.
probably did. But it was still amazing.
I'm sure it was.
So what is this about? Some witch or something? What?
I think it was the demon of baking.
The demon
Yeah.
of
Yeah, the
baking.
demon of baking. Explain.
What about
that
the demon of
Jess
baking?
is a
You realize it was a
succubus?
haunted house, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Succubus?
You were. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
What, eating baked goods? What, stole your life force?
No.
No.
Not.
No.
Okay.
Two separate things.
Two separate things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a monster
Well, no, I wouldn't say no.
related. There's a monster related to one of the students. Is that what you're getting at?
technically put them, if they're related, then by blood that would make the student also one.
Yes, that's kind of how genetics work.
This is actually a kind of reality crushing thing for me right now too. So
Why? Is it your mom too?
no, just we had a lot of wildly held beliefs, and that was just way too factual.
I feel as though you guys are making this up as you go along.
Yeah, I think you're shitting with us. So,
I feel like you just didn't want to be at the booth.
You all missed the gig. You guys didn't get any of the accolades. You left us to do all the work, and now you got spooked by the haunted house. Whoop-de-doo, so did I. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, joke's on everybody. Yeah.
And as you say that, there's a puff of smoke as Clint's mom pops into existence in between all of you with a basket full of like bread and donuts and things. I just wanted to thank you for your understanding and patience and everything. And here, have some treats. Bye now. And
Holy shit!
You see Gabby's jaw drop.
Best friend.
And then she just teleports away.
And-
Nightcrawler bamps away.
Nice.
See,
I'm
not wrong.
I'm pointing to where she was at, pointing to the muffins, pointing back, but
I just
that's
reach
just
over
a
and
magic
eat a
trick.
muffin.
That
Can I
Yeah.
have a donut?
That's some Penn and Teller bullshit. That's a magic trick.
No.
Nope.
That's super
Yeah. No, that is quite literally smoke. Look, there's smoke. There's smoke and mirrors. You are
Okay.
not gonna tell me.
I'd like to
No.
point out that this is our room. We know where everything is. Explain to me how she would be able to do that while we have total control over this room.
You guys put her in on the joke.
Nope.
Yeah.
Have I ever lied to you?
Teacher is involved.
Yes, you have.
Have I ever lied to you about
Yes,
something
you
not
have.
geeky?
About what?
About something not geeky that you needed to know about?
Probably. I don't fact check you.
Thanks, I think.
I fact
also
check you.
kinda-
You have lied.
Exactly.
I've
That's
never
what I
lied
like
to
to
I've never lied to any of you when it mattered.
You told me you could fucking save Aerith in Final Fantasy VII, and
You
I
have to
tried,
get
and I tried, and I tried, and you fucking lied.
I
spent
told
like
you
3
have to
weeks.
get the international edition.
There
But
is no
no.
international edition.
It was released for like not even a year.
Is this a video game?
You've been fucking with me since I was like 7.
They're definitely arguing about a video game.
Okay, all right. But besides that, have I ever lied to you?
Yes, probably.
Okay, I ever lied to you?
Who's
Yes.
talking? President
Torben.
or Torben? I wouldn't trust you as far as I could throw you, old man. You were supposed to be helping us with the booth.
I feel I need to prove this to you.
You
I don't need that much explanation, honestly. if you would go through all of this trouble just to explain why you weren't at the booth, it's fine. Magic, demon of baking, left muffin. She was here and now she's gone, and I don't care anymore.
She left the baked goods. Everything is fine.
I take one of the donuts and I like waggle it at Chet and it's like, you missed out, bro. You could have been my sound man and take a bite out of it. I'm gonna go see if I can go on tour when I graduate. I don't know about you all.
Good. I wish you honestly good luck with that.
I am
I'm
so
not,
glad.
I'm not a tour guide.
I am so glad we continued this scene.
But
I was afraid I was going too long for everybody, so that's why I was trying to rush it. But I'm so glad you argued to continue. That was awesome.
no.
I'm surprised you threw the poof, demon baking lady is here, and then poof, she's gone. Like, what the fuck just happened there? That's one way to wrap it up.
And
Mhm.
Gabby doesn't trust the teacher that they're telling the truth.
Who, Elaine?
Is Elaine?
Yeah.
Elaine is there too.
Elaine, yeah, he doesn't really like Elaine very much.
I mean, liking someone and expecting them to lie to you about something so.
Though Elizabeth would probably respect Elaine.
Yes, but it's her and them. Like, something fishy.
Yeah, there's something weird going on. Gadsby, like I asked before, like, would you give Gadsby detention? No, I give him a fidget spinner. He really doesn't like you.
I mean, like someone and expecting them to lie about life-altering shit is kind of not the same thing always. So, yeah.
You also got to remember this is a teenager who was counting on his friends to be there for his big break into stardom, and Elizabeth was there.
Yeah.
And he did his best to like big up Elizabeth so that she was like, oh yeah, Elizabeth was organizing everything. She's class president. She's destined to become the next like the for reals president, like that kind of deal, like that kind of thing. So he wanted to do the same sort of thing to all of his friends, and they let him down.
So it's less about his disbelief in what they're telling him than about.
It's a little bit of both.
Trust me on this one when I tell you that teenagers going into a belief about something is fairly irrational.
It's extremely irrational. Yeah, it's a lot of pride is getting in the way of rational thought. And like, I thought you were there for me, you guys. I thought you were gonna help me.
I had to be there for someone else. I'm sorry.
At the 15, 16-year-old age, they're just they're just sort of developing long-term consequence, ability to understand long-term consequence. This is one of the reasons why teenagers do many, many stupid things.
I keep forgetting I was a really weird teenager, so okay.
Yeah, there are exceptions. But
there are some kids who get it together really quickly, but
even they aren't as all together as they think they are.
No, it's okay.
All right, I have to bow out now, guys, because I gotta go get ready for work.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
I was getting really close, and I knew it was kind of getting late. That's why I was feeling pressured to wrap it up, and I apologize for that. I was making a mistake, and thank you for calling me on it.
Thank you for playing with us.
Yep, you're welcome.
Have fun, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. I think I am going to close the recording now. I hope everybody had fun.
Yes.
So much
fun.
Thank you for letting me hop in.
No problem, Joe. Thank you for coming on. I'm actually very happy you chose the character you did.
I'm glad I got to be scary for a good cause, and then completely fuck it
Yes.
up because I was scary.
But no,
I
you still
love.
did what you intended to do. That was great.
And this is the second time, Cho, that I've cut close to real life. I'm sorry.
With what?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I went a little bit on this with the housing issues, the haunted house one too. Sorry about that.
I think for later games is to make sure that all the people go, because if some of them are sitting behind, I was just like, I'm waiting for a hook. And yeah, like the striptease battle was funny
Yes.
and it was amazing,
Yeah.
and that is going to be the highlight of my
I
role playing experience.
Yeah. I may be getting a little tired myself and drop the ball on that.
It's okay. It's just, yeah, I was just bored waiting, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I
That's why I
apologize.
went and did dishes.
Yeah. Okay. That is entirely my fault. If someone goes do dishes, that's entirely my fault. And I am okay. Going to close the recording there.
Okay.